I'm done with this.
Ralph, are you good? Ralph? You okay?
Yeah, I'm fine. I don't know.
I'm just saying that's also what I heard.
Yeah.
I said I'm gonna take us live, but carry on.
No,
No.
it's okay. You're allowed to, you know, Freudian slips are allowed.
Yep.
What would that be a Freudian slip for?
Listen.
What did you think I said?
I'm going to dick us live.
Yeah.
Cream on.
What is that a Freudian slip for?
Let's get serious. This is a game. Come on now.
Somebody clip that. That's the first time Raps ever said that.
We need that evidence for later.
Yeah. Let's get serious. It sounded very
fucking
weird.
serious.
All right. Well, hi. Hello, everybody. We're live from the Apocalypse. If you've never caught us before, this is a not-for-profit TTRPG studio that makes actual play content like streams and podcasts and things like that to raise money for nonprofits and aid organizations. We're currently raising money for medical aid for Palestinians. It's been a little while. Things have been a little quiet. Some games have wrapped up. Some games are wrapping up. But there's a lot of new stuff on the horizon as well. Pardon our dust, I guess. So, yeah, all of that being said, we just ask that if you like what you see here, instead of doing the normal Twitch things of subscribing or giving us bits or whatever made-up fake cyber currency is being peddled at this exact moment, just instead of doing any of that, maybe just donate some money to medical aid for Palestinians. If you're going to spend money, we would prefer that it be that way. And we just play like these silly games, and they do very good and important work. So yeah, maybe just do that instead. That being said, Twitch does not give us the option to turn off subscriptions. It is not a toggle that we have access to. As such, we have hidden the subscribe button and replaced it with a donate button. But if you feel strongly about it and you locate the subscribe thing, especially if you have Amazon Prime, it comes with a free Prime sub, quote unquote free. And it's just sitting there. You could give it to someone. You could give it to us if you want to. You don't have to. You should give it to Raph. You should put it into Raph's hand directly. We will just spend it on things like character art and software subscriptions and things like that, and other things that we pay for out of pocket to do these silly little games. And speaking of these silly little games, this is Grimm's. This is part 2 of Grimm's. Part 2 of 2, our Grimoire Punk, or totally radical Grimoire Punk heist, set in the mythical made-up era of unchecked economic prosperity and nonstop parties that was the 1990s. If you know, you know. And I think, sorry, I just noticed, Julia, you're just you're just a head.
Yeah. I'm just a head. I need to readjust. I've been moving stuff around and like
No,
the
it's
angles
fine.
are off on things.
I just happened to glance down and it was like just like chin up.
Just hello.
Yeah. So, yeah, anyway, this is Grimoire Punk. We did not dual hand mode. Yeah, we're Robin Wizards. That's the long and the short of it here. Last time we did a lot of fun things, including we participated in the Blade Run, a competitive rollerblading competition that takes place in the defunct I almost said sewers. It's not sewers. Subway tunnels of our setting, Point Pleasant or Pleasant Point. I don't remember. And we also spoke to a talking dog, and Moth turned a man into a rock and put him in her pocket. And that's pretty much where we left off.
And Space Cake won the Blade Run.
And a date. And a
Got
phone
a
number.
muscle mommy, yeah.
That's
Mother.
true. Mother.
Vital information.
Mother.
Oh, right. I was like, who? That's...
All right.
Barb.
Barb Wire is whose phone number you have.
Good to know.
Barbara
You
Wireless.
also were contacted for this job by the Cuckoo, a figure, an enigmatic figure that you have embedded in the organization, the law firm of your target. And I don't remember what his first name is, but his last name is Kilbride.
Mortimer.
Mortimer Kilbride.
Mortimer.
There it is, of the law
Wow.
firm Kilbride and Kilbride.
And he's got a creepy son. That's the
Oh,
other thing we
yeah.
discovered, who
That
has
is true.
bones.
Yes.
Who has like literal skeletons in his closet?
Mhm.
I totally forgot about that. Wow.
I didn't.
Shocking.
I don't forget bones.
Never forget a bone.
Me either.
Incredible.
All right. Well, yeah, let's dive in. So you have a man/rock in your pocket. What are you doing with him? Where are you taking him? Secondary location,
Yes.
as we've established. So this
We're
is officially
taking
a
him-
kidnapping.
It's officially a kidnapping. We're taking him away. So he is the Mortimer Kilbride's liaison between himself and Razor to get spells from the
The Blade
From-
Run, yes.
from Blade Run and take him in. So we want to shake him down if we can. Well, I would like to shake him down if we can for some information about like the layout and getting into the office, and also maybe a little bit more detail about his freaky little son who may or may not be like eating people. Like I
Mhm.
haven't forgotten that. I haven't forgotten that the son might be chewing on bones, and I
Oh,
know,
right, teeth marks. Yes.
Yeah. And I know
Having
we've been
bones doesn't
told.
mean you're chewing on bones.
I know we've been told to ignore that. I know Raven's contact has been like, don't worry about that, leave it alone. But I don't know if I can.
I don't think the Cuckoo said, don't worry about that.
It wasn't
say just like he's not our target.
Yeah,
yes.
stay away from that part of it was the
Yes.
recommendation.
it was
Correct.
not
would-
like don't worry about it, but like
Right.
that's not your problem.
I would argue, if anything, that's don't like worry about it more. Don't fuck with it.
Okay, so we're using the term worry about it in like different contexts.
Right.
No,
You're
I
saying
feel
be
you, I feel you.
fearful. I'm saying make it my problem.
Yes, sure, of course. That sounds about right. Cool. Okay. Where are we going with this rock?
I was going to say, we ourselves don't necessarily have our own little hideout. We hang out at the mall.
We hang out in the
could.
very, very public space.
Yeah, so
You could have a hideout. You could have a clubhouse or whatever you want.
yeah.
There's also that secret little underground casino under the pub.
There
shit, you're
There
right.
is. That is the catacombs.
Mm-hmm. Graveyard's the bar front.
Yep. It is that's like, yeah, there's the bar and then there's the underground casino where you can bet on spells.
Do we want to take him somewhere where he might be able to yell and have people hear him?
Valid.
I don't think that's. I've never kidnapped anyone before.
Sure,
I
yeah.
like to imagine we're having this little conversation as we're just like walking away from the Blade Run. It's like I've never kidnapped someone before, but I feel like it would be foolish to take them somewhere where they could get help.
Right.
What if we break into the mall
Okay.
and how they pull those security gates down? We just kind of lock them up in one of the stores.
We just run around in the back hallway.
Okay.
This becomes a fucking backrooms game.
I will also put forth that you could do this with magic as well. You could create like an extra dimensional space, or you could just teleport to some kind of space that you have, or like I don't know, you could fucking teleport them to Chernobyl or something, whatever you want. while I'm thinking about it, Chrissy, I don't know if you redrew your cards like we were talking about, but you should have one extra because you won it from the Blade Run.
That's true.
Okay, I thought I had to put it in my main deck. It was this one.
Okay, cool. And yeah, he was a power card. That's right. So if you want to try to put your spells together to do something magical, take this guy somewhere where he can scream, I think was the direct quote. You can combine spells if you want to, but that's up to you.
This would certainly make a good extra dimensional pocket dimension. Just saying.
You would just have to combine some other descriptors.
So what I've got at my disposal is stone, arrow, and a power level of 7. So I can probably contribute the 7, but I can't contribute much else. I don't think an arrow or more stone is going to be helpful in our situation.
I mean, build like some sort of stone room.
Exactly.
Just a big stone dome.
Just a big dome.
I've got shadow in this.
That's good. Shadow's a good one.
Mm-hmm.
I have metal and I have slime. So, and
That's
I have
incredible.
power.
Also very good.
What do I even have? I have change, dust, and destroy.
Change.
Maybe shadow and change to make like a little like.
Let's do it.
A little
Plus some
private
power
room.
cards.
Oh, what if?
Yeah.
What? Okay, wait. Actually, what if we do go to a public place so that we have alibis that we went there, and then we make a like shadowy, like shadow realm area where there's no sound, and we just kind of fade into an alleyway or something, and then we'll have alibis, but then we'll also be able to question him without anyone noticing us.
I love the way you think.
Brilliant.
It's a
Reasonable.
dark and twisted mind up here sometimes.
Okay. I like it. Yeah. So what's the total power if we're doing that? And I should also remind everybody that if you are making a super powerful spell, it is going to add heat.
Yeah, and we're already at what, 3?
Well,
I
3,
was
I
going
think.
to ask because I thought I wrote it down and apparently I did not.
I think we're at mine
We're
says
at 0.
started.
We're at
We
0.
started where like
negative. Negative.
I
We
heard
got negative heat.
3. That sounds
Julia.
right.
I'm sorry.
No, I think we started with 1, and then
No.
we've been.
You
adding.
did start with 1
then we
because of
added
your
1.
position.
Right, that's
I
right.
think I added 1 with my spell, and I think Space Cake added 1 with mine.
You did
Oh,
some
did I?
big
Whoopsie.
magic in the Blade Run that definitely added some heat.
Yeah.
But have you considered we did so well that, we deserve it to go down to a negative number?
I did. Okay.
Not even for a second.
I did make everyone my friend again. So I think we have a lot of allies now.
Interesting. That's
I was going to
interesting.
say. So I have a 7, so that gets us to a jinx.
Mhm.
I have a 5.
My change is a
10.
4, so
I guess that's the question. Do we an undeniable, obvious magical impact?
How
Yeah, so
crazy do we want
I was
to
going to
get?
say,
that is the question. If you're just trying to
wouldn't
if
we
you
want
just want
this
to
to
create
be...
a room, you don't need more than a jinx.
Yeah.
Okay.
Do we even need a jinx, or do we need a cantrip? Because it's like a small spell that would be brief and a subtle effect on the world, whereas a jinx is a noticeable effect. If we're trying to have a secret room, do we actually want it to be noticeable? So how does that work in the theoreticals?
Well, I think it's a trade-off, right? So like a cantrip can only affect 1 meter by 1 meter, which is not really going to be enough room. So you'd have to create a jinx, which would be about the size of a room, which also has the side effect of being somewhat more obvious and visible just because it's bigger magic. But a jinx still doesn't add any heat. So
Okay. Then I will use my 7 to get us a jinx.
Okay. Cool. And so you're just making a stone room. You might want to use if you wanted
where
to. So
are we going?
It would be shadow.
right.
It's shadow, and I guess a shadow stone room so that it's like soundproof.
So the thing is though, is if you're using more than one card, you have to add those values together.
Mhm.
Yeah. So you might want to do. Were the other ones a 5 and a 4? Did I hear that correctly?
For the power
Shadow
level.
and
Shadow is 9.
Shadow's 9. Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Well, then you could probably just do Shadow and make like take him into the. You could send him to the Shadow realm.
Without anything
What
else.
if we all go into the casino, we go into the bathroom, and we go into the stall, and then just take him and just make like a shadow realm in there? No one's gonna come like, they gotta respect our privacy.
I don't know.
Sure.
I don't think they have to respect it once they see 4 people go into the same bathroom stall. They
They don't
usually
get to see us
override.
go in together.
more
They don't see
business.
us.
Usually that's when people
know.
start to be a little nosy. is when
I mean,
they see
it's
4
presumably the
people.
woman's bathroom in the 90s. It was definitely like 4 people going into a stall.
We could go. Well, I mean, they don't have to watch us all go into one stall. They would
Right.
see us just go into the bathroom.
Yeah.
I mean, we could
So we're going to the
really ham it
casino either
up.
way.
Yeah.
Yep, we're on our way there.
Okay. So just to check, you're going to the casino to go to the bathroom to create a shadow pocket room.
To have
take
an
this
alibi,
manage.
yeah.
Okay. Interesting. All right.
Because Lunchbox thinks an alibi isn't important, and I
If anybody
is very
asks
much
who's
like-
been at the casino having
Right.
a good night,
It would be very impressive if he could try you in a court of law for what you were about to do.
we're dealing with lawyers. We have to think about this.
That's fair. You know what? That's fair. Lunchbox is really thinking ahead on this one.
God, I'm so freaking smart.
Okay. Yeah, you can head to Graveyard, the bar. And then I think you probably I mean, are you often here? Are you known patrons?
Mhm.
Are you old
Sure.
enough to drink?
we're
I don't look at
we're
it. that's
following
for sure.
the unspoken LFTA rule, which is old enough in case of smooching. So
Old enough, yes, that covers smooching. But are you 21?
Lunchbox
It's the
is
90s.
Oh, you know.
4'11",
Sure.
wearing purple overalls. You
Mhm,
tell me.
Mhm. All right. Well, if you come here often enough, then I think you probably just get a nod from the bartender. Yeah. What do we think is the mechanism by which you access the secret casino?
I think you have to have one of the they probably have their own branded coins that they use in all their slot machines. I think you have to have
That's
one
cool.
of those,
That's
which
cool.
means
Like
you had to have been somebody from the casino had to have
Girl.
decided you were cool enough to get in
Oh yeah,
and has passed you one of the coins.
I like that. I like that a lot.
Has to give you a special one.
Oh,
Cool.
you mean for reuse?
No,
My
I
thing would-
mean because at the casino you're gonna get chips, right?
Well, no, I'm talking about the coins that come out of the slot machines. They don't, at least the ones in Delaware, they don't actually dispense real coin. They dispense
oh, right.
branded coins, and then you take those. They're like the visual, because you're not actually going to just scoop a bag of quarters. Not anymore,
Gumballs.
at least.
Not
Who
anymore.
knows?
Let's do some quick and in the 90s. Did they have that,
Find out.
or was it fully
For
just
our realism,
real money?
for our historical
Yeah.
accuracy and realism, what were they dispensing out of there?
Where's our historical consultant?
Where's our dramaturge?
I mean, traditionally that's Julia.
That's
True.
All right. Cool. Cool.
Yeah.
So yeah, you can present the chip. Is it are we talking about a portal? Is it just a wall panel that leads to a secret staircase? Is it something weirder?
I would think
Weirder.
just a wall panel sort of deal. It's a little speakeasy sort of vibe, except casino.
But also, it's called what? The catacombs, the secret area.
Yep.
It's got to be something with. It's got to be something like
They've got
a tombstone or something.
Well, they've got a picture of the what it says in the French catacombs. The abandon all hope ye who enter here.
Oh, from Dante's Inferno, hell yeah,
And like
yeah.
neon, like neon
Nice.
lights.
Yeah. Hell yeah.
See what I was thinking was you have to place the coin in the jaw of a skull.
Oh,
And
hell yeah.
that is how it opens
All
and
of these,
enters.
all of
Yeah,
these things.
it's just like a
Absolutely, yes.
wall with like the skull there, and then
It's
like
a wall.
the neon.
It's just sitting on a shelf. Above it is the
Yeah.
neon.
Yeah, there's like
With
a
the neon
mural of a
sign.
graveyard behind it, but
Yeah. With the neon sign, it's like one of those like selfie setups that
yeah,
really
it's
trendy bars
so
have.
Instagrammable.
Yeah.
They didn't know what they're like. They're about to enter a
Yeah.
world era. Like,
People just show up and take selfies in front of their secret entrance all the time. They
Yeah.
can't stop them.
They're like, if we say something about it, they're gonna get suspicious.
is it like okay? Can I add more to this? So there, so there's like the mural. What if there's like a painting of like a mausoleum or something in the background? The skull is there. The neon sign. So it's like very Instagrammable. You know what I
Very
mean?
Instagrammable, yes.
Very Instagrammable. Then you put the coin there and you walk into the painting
Sure.
blue style, and then you go downstairs at the mausoleum.
That is very
and
cool.
that's the secret.
I like it. I like it a lot. Also, I guess they don't actually have to worry about that because it is the 90s and neither Instagram nor selfies exist.
Exactly. People are taking Polaroids.
They're ahead
but
of
it's
their
just
time.
like-
I was
Yeah.
about to say. I
Yeah.
had Polaroids back then.
They're
But when you take a Polaroid, all you get is like the ghost white orbs. They're
Right.
like, it's haunted.
20 years from now, this place is going to be popping off.
Popping off.
All right.
Yeah, just
Incredible.
Rip it,
Oh.
baby. Slop that down, dude. Shit, yeah, dude. Crack one for the
Thank
big
you.
boy.
Thank you for the donation.
Thanks.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Oh, that was just a
You can
general.
draw
That was
your
just a
card.
general thank you to whoever. I didn't
Uh-huh.
even see the
Who
name.
did
so
that?
I don't
Probably
know.
someone really, really cool.
thanks, Will's mom.
Thanks, yes,
Thanks,
yeah,
Will's
thanks,
mom.
It was just her birthday, actually.
Oh, Karen.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Will's
birthday,
mom.
Will's mom.
Happy birthday, Will's mom.
Do you want to clip this real quick? We'll just tell her happy birthday.
Sure, yeah, go for it.
Happy birthday.
Happy
Will's
birthday,
mom.
Will's mom.
Happy birthday, Will's mom. Okay, so you walk up and you put the coin in you pull down the jaw, the skull's jaw, slide the coin in, knock it up, and then yeah, you can step into the painting and blue skidoo and walk into the mausoleum and down into the casino catacombs, where like there's a lot more. The music is a lot louder. The people, you hear a lot more like excited voices, also a lot more like angry and disappointed voices as well, such as the nature of the casino. When you come to this like crush, like velvet door with like a little triangle panel, there's nobody waiting by the door because you got this far, but you open it and it immediately gets like louder and your senses are kind of assaulted by just how like the sheer volume of noise in this place, music and people talking and yelling and drinking, and just generally having a good time. And then I think like also you see like somebody clearly very desperate, kind of like somebody very looking very disheveled, looking very drunk, looking very like locked in on the game of craps that they're playing, where they like throw the ball and see where it lands, and they're like leaning over watching it. And then it lands wherever it lands. You can't really tell from where you are. The attendant, dressed in like the vest, very casino chic, looks down and shakes his head and says, "I'm very sorry, sir." And he's like, no. The guy whose like tie is kind of hanging around his neck is like, no. I got let me go again. And you see these like two big, just hulking kind of clay figures, kind of like faceless but generally like human shaped but very big, like just sort of step up behind this guy, and they each take one arm and then like drag him into like a set of swinging doors off to the side out of the casino. He's like screaming the whole time. It gets quiet for a second while that happens, and then everybody goes back to what they were doing before.
Oh shit.
So
God, I really have to pee though. Right, guys?
You'll really have to pee. Okay. So you're making your way into the bathroom. Yeah, it is. There are a couple people in there, but they like kind of give you weird looks as all of you file in. Especially because I don't. It's the 90s. These are definitely like gendered restrooms. I think they're probably, you get some looks of like, are you all okay? Whatever. And then yeah, you can all cram into the same stall if you want.
Yes.
Okay.
Just real casual, like real
Just real casual.
real
like,
normal, like we do this
yeah.
all the time.
Yep.
Except for the fact that Raven looks decidedly uncomfortable. Like, he does not do this all the time.
Raven's like, why am I in here? No.
Should we just like pretend that like it's like a bachelorette party or something? Like, oh my god!
You're like, wow, I can't wait to do cocaine. I can't wait to do a bump of cocaine in this bathroom stall.
Wait to sniff.
Just get in.
That
Just get in.
stuff.
Just
Okay.
All right, you get into the same stall and are going to do magic, it sounds like. So since this is Raven's card, right?
Nope. We're using Shadow.
This is Space Cake's card.
Yep.
This is Space Cake's card. So since this is Space Cake's card, what does it look like? What happens? Because we're just using the one card.
Oh, are we just using one? Okay.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, because otherwise we'll get heat.
Yeah.
All right. So Space Cake just kind of goes, and then like a smoke kind of like starts billowing around them, making a little bubble around everybody. And hopefully it is soundproof. Hopefully, fingers crossed. And so here we are in our little shadow bubble.
Whoa.
Very cool. Does it look like anything on the inside, or literally just like a distorted view of the outside world?
I think it's kind of like looking through those mirrors that you can see out, but they can't see it. I think those are the vibes.
Okay, cool. Cool.
So.
All right. Moth.
I'm gonna reach into my pocket and I'm gonna pull out the stone that is the man,
just like Pokemon.
and just I'm gonna set him down a couple feet away from us, and I'm gonna be like, he's probably gonna be real unhappy, so everyone be ready.
Okay.
I'm just gonna I have a can of pepper spray. I'll threaten him with it if he starts getting uppity.
You can't do that in here. It'll get all of us.
Should
Yeah,
one
but
of
he
us
doesn't know
like
that.
grab his hands as he's coming out or something?
You want us to hold his hands?
Should we hold his hand so he doesn't like try to throw punches or something?
If you want to do that, I'm not gonna stop you.
Okay.
So once Lunchbox is in position to grab his hands, I go
standing on top of the toilet, like waiting for him to come out so I can just like grab his hand.
I kind of like kneel down, and the same way I just like booped his nose to turn him into stone, I kind of just boop the stone to let
Okay.
him be a man again.
Okay, yeah, the stone vanishes and a man appears. He looks much the same, maybe a little more disheveled and a little more distressed. His eyes are very wide as he's looking around at all of you in this sudden change of location. He, again, a couple years older than you, all you would guess, has kind of a young professional look to him, wearing a suit, like a black suit, white shirt, thin tie, that is a little bit loose now, and his hair is like also black, but again, disheveled now, where it was very like styled before.
I grab his hands immediately.
Okay. Are you using magic to do this? Because given your physical description of Lunchbox up to this point, I am not positive Lunchbox could restrain a fully grown man.
Don't you
but-
have
You
sticky?
know what? I have stinky, but not in my hand. I will.
How big your cards are, and then you.
I also forgot.
You have fruit by the foot in that lunchbox, don't you?
I'm gonna use slime. I'm gonna
Okay.
cast slime. And I'm gonna like pull out a fruit by the foot, and like this is gonna be a little gross. I'm gonna chew it, and then like one in, one out to make it nice and slimy and sticky, and then just like quickly wrap his hands together.
Disgusting. What's the power of that card?
It is a 7.
7. Okay, cool. That's also a jigs, so you're fine. No more heat. And yeah, he is not expecting this. So you kind of like grab his hands, wrap them behind, and then you just sort of I don't really like spider silk this fruit by the foot out of your own mouth into like yeah.
Lunchbox learned that one from their video game girl.
Yeah.
I forgot about the spider. Yeah.
I will
I just
never
look
allow
off into
anyone
the
to forget
distance.
about the spider.
I take the long paper that comes with the fruit by the foot
Uh-huh.
and just like crumple it up.
Save that to read the jokes on
I
later.
threaten to put it in his mouth if he
Yeah,
starts squealing.
he definitely starts like his hands are behind his back, trapped in this magical fruit by the foot mess.
Yeah.
And he like tries to strain against it, not strong enough to break out of it. And looks around just like, what is this? What do you want?
So quick question. Do you enjoy working for Mr. Kilbride?
I don't know what you're talking about.
Do you enjoy
I don't know
like
who
coming
that
down
is.
and being his little errand boy and picking up his little spells and taking them back to the office?
I don't know who that is. I don't know.
We're not here to fuck around, okay? Answer the question.
Or
I'll stab you.
I'm just like, Moth just like looks over over the guy, top of the guy's head directly at Raven, just like,
I don't know how to do this.
No. Good job.
you're
or else I'll turn you back into a stone and you can live with my collection.
We'll drop you in the lake.
uh-huh. So you're clearly not very good at this. Understand that, hypothetically speaking, if I worked for who you are suggesting that I worked for, threatening to turn me into a stone, which I would technically survive and eventually could find my way out of. One day you'll die, the magic will wear off.
Mhm.
Would absolutely be less of a threat than the things that he would do, again, hypothetically, if I
Hypothetically.
were to betray him
Mm.
as an employee.
So confirmed, he is a bastard.
I mean, I wouldn't know. Never met the guy.
What if we offered you protection?
Hmm. Protection.
You've
from the-
seen our abilities.
Right. Protection from the ancient undying wizard that you are planning to rob.
Oh, he's ancient and undying.
undying.
Okay.
Also,
Good to know.
we never said we were gonna rob him.
Okay,
Yeah, I just
well,
asked you if you enjoyed being his little errand boy.
Right. You're certainly not going to be able to kill him. That really only leaves robbery.
Hmm.
You
What
don't have
about-
an imagination.
Yeah. There's also romance.
Wow. Given what I've seen, I think the four of you will be just fine in that department. I don't think you need my help at all.
Aw, you're so
Whoa.
sweet. But no, serious question. Serious, legitimate question. Do you enjoy working for him?
I don't think my preferences would really matter at that point. Does anybody like their boss? But you keep
Some
working
people
for them.
You?
Some people do, but like generally not if they're like successful.
I would say that in the event that I worked for the person that you're suggesting that I work for, I would be well compensated.
Do we have anybody?
I mean, yes, but that's not the point.
What if, hypothetically, we did do a little cell sniping? What percentage would it take to get you to help us?
Percentage of what?
What we're robbing?
Hmm.
Mortimer's magic.
Mm-hmm. Right. Well, I'll be honest, I don't think you're going to succeed.
Rude.
Well, you have little faith.
I guess no offense, but you're not exactly an elite team of thieves.
Our impulse control could be better. That's very true.
And yet, you're the one stuck here, tied up with nowhere to go, and we kicked your buddy's ass in the Blade Run. So
You're being restrained by fruit by the foot by my friend here.
exactly.
Sure.
Don't underestimate the fruit by the foot.
I'm not the question here. The question is, can you rob the wizard?
That is not the question, actually. I think Moth asked if you like being his little bitch.
Which I answered.
Yes, you do.
Hypothetically,
I'm
he
very well
enjoys being his
compensated.
bitch. He's paid well for his bitchdom.
What do you want?
For you to remove these restraints and let me go about my life.
Hmm.
So here's the thing. Here's the thing. You're well compensated, but I highly doubt you actually like this man. So how about we just have a fun little deal where you tell us hypothetically as much as you think you can tell. We will get in there. Whether we succeed or not, we're gonna fuck up his day. We're just gonna make a problem. It'll be a mess. You get to enjoy witnessing the fallout. And if there's a spell in particular that he has that you want, we'll give it to you. And if we fail, because as you said, we are not an elite team, then you don't lose anything. If we fail,
man.
we fail.
That's
If we
good.
succeed, you get a spell and you get to watch your boss's boss have a miserable day. He's going to have a miserable day either way, because we are not a clean group. I'm sure you've noticed from the corn syrup leaking into your skin.
Good for you.
Also, what's going on with his son? Just as a side question, what's going on there? Has he eaten any of your coworkers?
I don't exactly have coworkers. I fill a very specific role in the company. I know that people are afraid of him, but that's about all I know.
Do you know where in his office, which book we got to pull to move the wall to get to all of his weird stuff? Hypothetically,
if I give you this information and you somehow miraculously pull this off, hypothetically, I could tell you that, but I would need some kind of assurance.
if you're saying to ensure that he doesn't find out that we found out from you, no worries there, because, bud, we don't even know your name.
I was going to say that. What is your name?
No!
Wait. Sorry, it's Scott.
Like, we don't know who you are, bud. We would not be ratting you out if we get caught. If we get caught, that's on us. And like I said, whether we get caught or we don't, we're probably going to ruin that man's week. And you just get to watch his week be ruined. Like,
and like, you're also much more useful to us, if your cover isn't blown or whatever. Like, we gain nothing if we sell you out.
And if we succeed or we fail, which we will succeed, but if we fail, you could, you could always, who we are. If we succeed, you could be there to pick up the pieces, maybe even get a promotion from this dude.
Actually, quite the contrary.
You don't want a promotion?
If he's promoted, he might get eaten by his son.
Is that what happened?
Your timing is good. You're in luck. Been thinking about greener pastures. Moving on, taking my talents elsewhere, and I wouldn't object to taking something with me when I go. So I think maybe we could make a deal. There's a family portrait that hangs over the access pad for his, excuse me. There's a family portrait that hangs over the access pad for his vault.
That's all you want? Is the whole portrait?
I don't want the portrait. You asked
Oh.
what book you had to pull to get into his secret room. It's not a book.
It's the portrait. Gotcha.
I don't suppose you know the code.
No, they change way too fast for him to know that.
Every day.
Right.
Damn.
I know that they change it every day. And I also know that in addition to the regular security system, there are also magical protections, as you might expect. Wards, sigils, the works.
Are those scattered at random, or do they usually are condensed on, like, doors and windows?
They protect the entirety of the vault, if that's what you're asking. You wouldn't be able to, for example, teleport inside without overcoming the power.
And do you know who is in charge of knowing and or making up the codes?
That I don't know. Head of security, I'd guess, or maybe it's automated.
Okay.
What parts of the firm do you have access to as an errand boy?
Very little.
Who would have? Who is Mortimer's kind of right hand?
Kilbride doesn't really trust anyone. I guess maybe his son, but even that I'm not really sure of.
We've been warned his son is into some hinky shit, so.
Yeah.
Like I said, all I can really tell you is that a lot of people are scared of him.
Who isn't?
Scared of him?
Yeah.
Kilbride? I assume.
The
I don't
son
know.
or himself?
The elder, the wizard, the man you're trying to steal from.
No.
He should be.
So I assume your area doesn't really interact with the regular paralegal legal work that happens in the normal part of the law office. So what are you using the front entrance to get in?
I'm in acquisitions and transportation. So, yes, I usually enter through the front and use my badge to go up.
Your badge.
And the goods directly over. Whatever our mutual acquaintance has managed to win.
Mm-hmm. So we can't take your badge because that kind of ruins the whole deal. But Raven, is there any way you can copy part of the badge that we can, with your computer, that we can then fuck with to make our own?
Exactly what I was thinking, Moth. That's how computers work.
In the 90s?
Yep.
In the 90s when they
In the
can type
90s,
in
yeah.
and just do, I'm in? Yes, it is.
Yep.
The planet.
When the computers are hooked up to magic? Absolutely.
That is true. Okay, interesting. Yeah.
But copying badges is inherently a computerized activity anyway. It's like when you scan like hotel keys and things. They're reusing the same keys over and over and over again. They're just rewriting what's on them.
It is, yeah. I'm thinking this might have to be it is technology, but I think it might have to be a techno magic type of thing.
Yeah.
So I think you might have to do a spell about it.
I'm happy to do a spell about it.
Okay. So for this, depending on when you're planning to move, I think that this would need to be a jinx lasts for about an hour. It would probably need to be a hex if you want it to last like a day or more.
That is fair. I think we can do it in an hour.
Okay.
Oh.
I mean, we only need to get into the building and upstairs, right?
Yeah.
And
In an
and
hour.
out, like potentially.
Well,
Out. Out, we might have to accept that we're going out loud.
we might have to, yeah. But
I'm thinking about if we have to get out, I'm calling our frenemies and being like, let's meet in the parking lot and tussle.
Bastions.
Yeah, I'm going to call the Bastions bastards, get them to come into the parking lot. They're not going to know that we're not actually there to tussle. And then there's a problem because they're like, what are you guys doing here? What are you guys doing here? And then we just like blow out
That's
the wall and
smart.
leave them to deal with our problems.
Yeah, I was just gonna say, like, we could just scale the building wall down or something.
Yeah.
But maybe not.
We got to be, as long as we're ready to be quick on the out, the in is
Yeah.
the more important part.
Hot out, cool in.
Okay. So what spell are we doing? How are we doing this?
Well, wait, before we do that, because like we said, we only have the hour.
Yeah.
What does he want? He said that there is something he
Mhm.
wants. He has to actually tell us the specifics.
Yeah. There is a spell that I've had my eye on for a while. Thought about taking it a couple times myself, but the risk never really outweighed the reward. But since I'm probably looking at leaving town no matter what happens today, I don't think it hurts anything to say that that's all I want. He'll describe, like, the book, that the spell book that it's from. He gives you a description of, like, an ancient tome of runes and, like, esoteric writings.
Is he
The
not going to tell us the name of
classics.
this?
He wants the
not-
classics.
Not going to tell us the name of the spell?
I can, like, tell you. So, I mean, here's the thing, right? Is like we're kind of using cards as stand-ins for like esoteric writings and runes and shit like that. So he's describing the volume of text that he wants you to grab him, which would translate to a spell. Once you have it in hand, I think you could probably look at it and tell like what, the card would be, quote unquote, the card equivalent would be.
Oh, heard. Okay.
But right now he's just kind of
yeah.
giving you like a description and a title.
Gotcha.
Okay.
Okay.
And the title is, or just the ancient tome, the runes.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It has like, like a grimoire sounding name that I'm having
That's
a hard
fine.
time
I'm
coming
just
up with off the top of my
writing,
head.
we're just getting him a tome of runes.
Yes, correct. He wants a specific spell book, essentially.
Hmm.
When we are doing our grabbing, we will just make sure we snatch that one.
Mhm.
And we'll leave it
Somewhere.
I was gonna say, I guess we'll leave it.
I do this professionally.
Yeah. What do you want?
Okay.
Where do you just want us to put it?
We'll set a meeting point. I'll take it from you directly. None of that
Okay.
drop and go shit never works.
All right, I'm just trying to
Go
make
to
sure
the
we don't have to.
opera.
I'm just trying to make sure we don't exchange numbers because that completely defeats the purpose of us not knowing
No,
who you are.
I think Space Cake has a good idea.
Yeah. Okay.
What's up?
We could go to the opera. It's
Mhm,
loud.
mhm,
It's
mhm.
dark. Everybody's distracted. Nobody's gonna notice us slipping something into your pocket.
I think that would meet our needs.
All right.
Outstanding.
When does he have his lunch breaks?
Kilbride?
Yeah.
I don't think lawyers do that.
Yeah.
It don't eat?
Only if it's a meeting. They do like those lunch meetings where they go and it's an excuse to like drink on the company dime because then it's a tax write-off.
Should we be a catering company? I could fit in one of those tub things.
I think that's overcomplicating things. Just a little. Just a hair.
Okay, that's
I mean,
fair.
it's a good idea, Lunchbox. I think it's just that we have to move quickly and hit tonight.
Yeah,
You're right.
I think we will save that for a different heist in the future. We will
Okay,
put a pin in it.
I think it's a
Lunchbox
good
catering catering plan.
I can tell you that unless he is working unusually late, he shouldn't be there at this hour. But if you trip any
No.
alarms or anything like that, obviously he can be there in the blink of an eye.
Right.
Oh, what
Nice.
is the security like, actually?
Like the human security, do you mean? Or do you mean the
I mean,
runes?
maybe both.
For the building?
Yeah. Like
At
if we
this
get
time of
caught.
night, there's only a few guards, generally speaking, but they are armed. There's cameras. Like, there are door alarms. Don't open any doors that you're not supposed to open. Don't open any doors that are marked to sound an alarm.
Mhm.
Okay.
Okay.
So let's make a copy of that badge, and then we will see you later tonight. And if we don't show up, I think you know what happened.
I think you might have to hold. I think you might have to like go to ground and hold on to it for a while, because if I remember correctly, we established the opera happens like once a week, probably on
Yeah.
like, I would guess, Friday night. So it's, well,
Yeah,
we could say today is like Thursday night.
Yeah.
Okay.
Yeah. So like tomorrow night is the opera, and that's when you'll meet and do the handoff.
Okay.
Cool.
All right. I think that if we have the time, then that also gives time to like wrangle up one or two fake security uniforms. if we have the time.
Interesting. So you're only going to have like an hour, assuming that you're doing this spell as a jinx.
Yeah, no, but I mean, if it's Thursday now
Mhm.
and Friday night is when we're going to do the actual heist, because that's when the opera is.
No, I think we're doing it tonight and then doing
Right.
the handoff.
Oh, I
Because
see.
if you're going to
yeah.
copy his badge and it's only going to last for an hour, then
Okay.
you're going to have to do the job tonight
Okay,
and
I
then
got
do
my-
the handoff
yeah.
tomorrow
I got
night.
my order of operations out of order then.
Yeah, tragically, he's not going to let us just walk around with his badge indefinitely.
Sadly.
Yeah.
Yeah, that would look a little suspicious.
That'd be a little silly, I guess. Yes. All right. All right. So I guess while we carve his hands free of the sticky,
Oh, I got it.
You slurp it up like spaghetti.
No.
while Raven makes them.
So that's the question. We need a spell or a couple of spells that total 6 to 11 for a jinx.
So I was leaning towards using both change and destroy for that. The destroy
Mhm.
is to destroy any connection to his badge that could get him then looked at. The change is to modify it by using the base of the badge into something that makes sense.
What would the value total be?
That would be 7.
Right.
That is a 3 and a
I've
4.
also got a 4. You said up to 11?
Up to 11, yeah.
Okay.
So yeah, you can. Well, but if you spend a power card, that automatically upgrades it to a hex.
Oh, never mind.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So,
All right.
but yeah. So 7 is enough for the jinx. You can do. I'm picturing that you like are taking some like I don't know, like an arcade card, you know, like and just sort of like transferring the magnetic
Hell yeah.
signature from the badge to the to like the arcade card.
Absolutely.
Cool.
And then putting a little magical sheen on it to make it look like an actual badge that could
Okay.
get us in.
Okay.
Whose
Cool.
picture's on it?
Just Raven's doing that, and it's just like, I said I wasn't elite. He doesn't know anything about me.
Fucking.
Is that from Hackers? He says. Did you just quote Hackers?
Maybe.
Love that movie.
It's a good movie. I don't
Great
like having
movie.
something in common with you.
I saw it like 4 times.
Yeah, well, I saw 10.
Okay. Clearly. Okay, cool. Yeah. And that's a good question. If you're making it look like a badge, Raf had a good question. Whose picture
Yeah.
is on it?
I look around at
I
the four of us. It looks
I-
almost normal.
You know? That's what I was thinking.
Yeah, you can just put Moth's face on
I
it.
think Moth's face on it.
Incredible. All right, you have what looks like a exact copy of the badge, except that it has Moth's name on it, or
A photoshopped
face on
like
it.
pantsuit on
Right.
like shoulder pads.
Yeah, so shoulder
Makes
pads for
professional.
miles. All right, very cool. And then are you letting this guy go?
Yeah, that was part of the deal.
Okay.
We gotta let his hands free, shake on it, send him out.
Do we want to send him out? He's here. Do we want to send him out right now?
Here's
Keep
the
him here
thing.
overnight?
Was it Razor? Is that his name?
Razor lost, yeah.
Brazer's just
Wait, what's the name of the person we have in the bathroom?
You never
We
got
don't
his
know.
name.
That's the point. We don't know who he is.
Okay.
We just know that he is the go-between.
Call him
Okay.
Suit.
Yeah.
He's got a suit on.
Hey, buddy. Are you familiar with the story Prometheus?
Yes.
Okay, here's the thing. I know we don't look like much. I know we don't seem particularly organized or particularly powerful, but I am capable of creating an eagle that will just straight up eat your liver until you die. And I would take much joy in doing that. So if you snitch on us and I find out about it, I will ruin your life. I will ruin your life. So just so you know, my friend is going to remove or has removed, right? You've already done it. The by the foot bondage. So we can. I'm sure they can make more. And can you imagine how embarrassing it's going to be chained to a stone?
Mid-chew, Lunchbox just starts pulling out like full.
Did you need more?
If you snitch on us, we will chain you to a stone with fruit by the foot bondage, and I'm going to create a Lisa Frank style eagle to eat your
It
organs.
feels unnecessary, but
I'm just saying. So
okay.
All right.
I mean, noted, I guess.
uh-huh.
And I could still stab you. So, like, there's that too.
Sure.
Less embarrassing, but it gets the job done.
Okay. This feels.
They're just
Just-
enthusiastic.
Just a like friendly tip, I guess. Just a note for the future. But you don't, as a unit, you don't like scream professional co-conspirators.
Is this because we're doing threatening after you've already agreed to the terms?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes.
Would it be better if do you want a pudding cup instead? I got chocolate and vanilla and that milk
Should have done the threats when we were doing the
Do you
stab.
I
want
should have done the
do you
threats
want
when I was
pudding?
tied up, and then I probably would have just given you the information, I guess. I don't know.
This is just to make sure that you keep your mouth shut now.
Right. There's no way that you understand that there's no way that I could implicate you without also implicating myself.
He already gave us the badge.
He could say we took it from him without his agreement. He could,
Sure.
again, embarrassing of you. Look at us, but
I'm not gonna try to lie to a wizard. I'm gonna go hide somewhere until we make the exchange, and then I'm getting the fuck out of this town.
smart.
So no, I'm
All
not
right, good to
saying
know.
anything. But
Good to know.
he's like rubbing it. The cuffs of his like white undershirt have been like dyed by the foot colors from the.
like red
He's just like,
and
this was a new
blue.
shirt. All right.
Sorry.
All right. Well, thanks for
If
your
you're gonna-
professional input.
If you're gonna hide for a little bit, and I do pull out a little Lunchable box, and I just give it to him. And I'm like, you could have some dinner on us.
Is it pizza or Cracker Stackers?
It's Cracker Stackers. I'm sorry.
I don't want this. Get this away from
What? Yeah, Lisa cheese is good.
Take the cheese.
me. No.
Cheese
I'm
tax.
fine, but thank you. Enjoy your Lunchables. Yes, this
Not
he's
a man
clearly
of
kind of regretting his role in this, but it's too late now. So
Too late. He
is
wanted to
going
quit anyway.
Yeah. Tomorrow night, the opera, he looks over the four of you and kind of like sighs and says, try to be discreet. Great. And then he's going to leave the bathroom. Well, assuming you let him out of the shadow bubble.
I'll let him bump into it first.
Okay.
and then
He
let
looks
him
over
out.
at you like, really?
Oh, whoops. As you said, we're not professional. I forget things.
Okay.
So once he's gone,
Yes.
Moth is like, pulls out her little notebook. It's like, all right, so note to self, get all the threats out first. Lead with the eagle.
It was a learning experience.
It is, but now we know that we should always lead with the eagle.
But like I threatened to stab him early on, and that didn't do anything.
Yeah,
with
but, like,
no weapon in your hands, with nothing.
I think the thing is, you can survive a stabbing.
It's a really good point.
Lots of people have been stabbed and
It's
lived.
usually more effective if you show him a weapon. If you show the person you're threatening the weapon that you would stab them with.
Maybe it's scarier if they don't know what they're being stabbed with.
It's not.
They're ruining my fun.
Yeah,
He's not
I don't
there
know.
anymore. I'm answering as him. He's not there anymore.
Just a little box cutter that's disguised as a pen. Just sometimes.
Yeah.
You just gotta get one of
just
these.
sometimes. All right. What are the rest of y'all doing now that he leaves the bubble and then you are left in the shadow space?
I mean, I think we gotta
go.
We gotta
right?
skedaddle. We got an hour.
Mhm.
Yep.
We gotta move.
What is the plan?
So we use the badge to get in up to the office. We have to be careful of physical security. People with flashlights running around. When we get to his office, we know where we're looking. It's behind the portrait. The vault has magic on it, and it has a changing code. So we are going to definitely have to use magic to get into that.
Yeah.
So basically, once we get there, we're going to have to brute force the vault, grab, and run. And we have Bastion's bastards on backup to cause a distraction that they don't know that. We're just going to use our general animosity with them and the fact that, like, they don't like us to our advantage, that they will roll up to try to go. And then we just won't show up, and we will just leave them in the parking lot to be questioned.
And as
So
a
we'll have
reminder,
to remember
that is
to send a page to them. Make sure they get that.
Yeah.
So they know what
Oh
we
yeah.
do.
Gotta beep them.
right. And you want to grab enough because the cuckoo gets 20%.
Oh, that's right.
One of these books is going to suit, if that's what we want to call them.
Mhm.
And then if you are going to give Bastion's bastard something for their trouble. As a reminder, that is the only community card that is still left in play, and it is an ace. It is worth +1.
Yeah, that's why we're saving them for our escape plan.
Yeah.
And we're giving them something. We're giving them a tussle.
Except Moth is saying you're not going to show up.
We're giving them the opportunity of a tussle.
Yeah, you are getting them
We're giving them
questioned.
concepts
They
of
will,
a tussle.
they will get to
Yeah.
tussle. They'll get to tussle, just not with us.
Right.
That's
right.
They think
right.
they're coming to tussle with us. They're not. It's not going to be us.
Look, it's a smart strategy. If you avoid hitting the heat cap, then it's entirely possible this wizard might think if everything goes to plan and you don't do big magic, the wizard might just assume that Bastion was behind everything. The question is, are you going to be able to pull off the rest of this heist with not using big magic?
What is the cap? 6 or 5?
6, I think, right?
For adding heat, the
For
cap
heat.
is, the low end is 12. 12 to 19 is where you get 1 heat.
No. What is the clock?
Oh, 6.
6.
Yeah.
So
Yes.
we're at 3. So we're halfway there.
Yep.
So,
So
if we
we're
can avoid using big magic until we get to the vault, which I think will be categorically the problem, capital P.
Yeah.
All right.
We got this.
Find
We're
out.
fine.
When we get back from our break, we're going to take a break now. Be back in about 10 minutes, refill our coffee, etc., and
Coffee, it's
see you
4:20 p.m.
back here. Well, then we know what you're doing on this break.
Open another White Claw.
Cracking open it, right?
All right, we'll be back soon. See y'all in a second. Bye. But here he is.
Here he is.
All of our cats rescued and saved from the streets. Was Peppa on the streets? I don't remember.
No, I don't think she would survive the streets.
No,
I
she's
wasn't
not.
going to say it.
She's not for the streets. She's not for the
definitely
streets.
not. No, she was a friend of a friend's grandmother's cat.
Wait, how old is she?
I don't know. I assumed they told me she's between, when I adopted her, they were like, she's maybe between 5 or 6, but we're not sure. And I was like, okay.
And you've had her for?
So she's probably about 9 or 10 now. But on the
Maybe.
insurance documents, she is, I think, 8 years old.
Dang.
Because I don't want to pay extra. And they don't
I
ask for
understand
the
that.
proof.
Wild.
It's like when you
Mowgli's doubles every year. It's driving me nuts.
It's like when
Yeah.
you're like 13, 14 years old and you go to the restaurant and your parents tell you that you're 10.
Oh,
Yeah.
yeah. My dad used to do that at the movie theaters. He'd be like, squat. You're 11. I was like 14. Like
That must have been so
Okay.
hard because that was right when you had your growth spurt
I
and you
know.
got up to 6 feet.
Yeah, exactly.
Exactly, yeah. It was really, I had to get on my knees. And I was still just like so tall.
Rev's dad was like, "You're gonna get chicken tenders anyway. Order off the kids menu."
It comes with a little ice cream scoop.
Yeah.
Just chill out.
That's all I needed.
You do have big chicken tenders energy.
I actually did not eat a lot of chicken growing up.
No.
Sad.
No,
but
it's an energy.
we're not
It's an energy.
Oh, I feel you. Chicken tenders, not chicken nuggets?
I think tenders.
Interesting.
Yeah, I
Yeah.
would have gone with nuggets.
I would have gone
Dino
with
nuggets.
Dino Nuggets.
Maybe we
Dino
compromise
nuggets.
on strips. Chicken
What are
strips.
chicken strips?
Absolutely not.
Is it hot?
No.
Chicken
I mean, sometimes it's like fresh out of the
strips.
fryer.
feet?
Raph.
What are
they
chicken
they
strips?
like have a club called the Hen House
Oh, they're
and
like
a special
chicken
dance called the Cockadoodle.
nuggets.
Wow.
That's fun. I like that.
Chicken fingers. That's
Chicken
that's
fingers. I was
that's
a
part of
fish
the
fingers
equation as well.
kid. I ate a lot of fish fingers
Oh,
growing
that
up.
explains it. I was getting your fish fingers energy, and I was mistaking it for
For chicken.
I had
tenders
so
energy.
damn. Actually, I would kill some fish fingers.
I don't think
right
I've
now.
ever heard them called fish fingers. I've only ever called them fish
Oh
sticks.
no, wait, they're fish
Honestly,
sticks.
I
You're
hate
right. I
that.
don't know.
No, but I do think they call them. They do call them fish fingers in the UK. I
I
believe.
think you're right. No, but
I
we
hate
didn't call them
that.
fish sticks
Why?
growing up. They were fish sticks. Okay.
Yeah, in the
And you get
US
the
they are
big
fish
box
sticks.
that was frozen, smash that bitch in the oven.
Yeah,
That was
absolutely.
dinner right there. I want some fish sticks now.
Raph's like, I know what I'm doing when the stream's
fish,
over.
fish fingers.
Well, I am gonna have chicken nuggets.
Damn.
All this just to admit you're eating
They
chicken.
do have vegan chicken nuggets here, and they're really good. So I will be having some fingers and chips. Even, dude, I will say
Absolutely
fish and
not.
chips.
It hits different
I-
in the UK. It
It's
really
really
does.
good.
It
I'm
really
not a
does.
fan of mushy peas or their curry sauce,
Mhm.
but that's
Yeah.
I don't order that. I just get the good stuff.
Chip buddy.
I don't do that to me. Don't say that. Don't. That's disgusting.
All right. Well, I guess we could play a game. I guess we could finish this this heist for once, I suppose.
We can see what's happening.
We can see what happens. So you are heading directly from the bathroom at Catacombs to Kilgore and Kilgore.
Is it Kilgore?
Kilbride.
Sorry, Kilbride. You're right. Kilbride.
I thought it was Kilbread.
That would be an interesting name.
It's Kilbride?
It is Kilbride, yes.
Okay.
Mortimer Kilbride is the name of the wizard that you are
That
robbing.
makes more sense.
So yeah, you can head directly there. It is downtown. Pleasant Point, I don't believe, is a very big city, although it's definitely a city. So it's not hard for you to get from one place, from Catacombs to the Kilbride building. Pleasant Point. I can never remember if it's Pleasant Point or Point Pleasant. Point Pleasant is a real place.
Point Pleasant. Yeah,
Point.
we are
Pleasant
Pleasant Point.
Yes, you are Pleasant Point. So yeah, you can get from one side of the city to the other side of the city. Are you going on foot, taking a cab?
I was gonna say
rollerblades.
Blading, yeah.
I think only
Yeah.
you have rollerblades.
Oh, I
Power
thought we all
Rangers
had
movie
rollerblades.
No, I
style
also have
extreme sports
rollerblades,
sequence.
but you rented.
Yeah,
I
have a
rented-
skateboard.
Yeah.
You can ride my skateboard with me.
Yeah.
Well, I do have some nerd's rope. I can just tie it around you. I know I saw that. That's a great idea. And I can just kind of like hold on.
Because I
That's
have roller skates, not roller blades, and that's why I don't participate in the blade
Right.
run.
Right.
Yeah.
But it is the 90s, so you all have some kind of extreme sport vehicle.
Skate on. Roll on down to the
Yeah.
law office of Kilbride and Kilbride and Kilbride and whatever.
Kilbride in perpetuity. Absolutely, yeah. I was gonna say you could do the go full 90s and skydive into a rollerblading sequence across the city. Although I don't remember if the Power Rangers movie was it skydiving into rollerblading or was it rollerblading into skydiving?
They were parachuting.
That's right. You're right.
They were parachuting
Yeah.
into rollerblading.
Into rollerblading. Yep. Okay, cool. So you can do that.
You'll just give
You'll
us
just
that for
rollerblade.
free.
Yeah,
Know,
I'll give
you'll
you
just
that for
let
free.
us parachute.
Let's do it.
Absolutely.
Okay.
Oh my gosh.
You're not gonna take it out of our hour to get in a helicopter.
slowly paragliding
Well,
down.
you had the plane on standby. The airfield is right next to the bar where you were, so it's really very quick.
So conspicuous.
But the point is that you find yourselves standing outside of Kilbride and Kilbride. It's like the three of you, and then just like this nerd's rope that's like stretching off camera, and then slowly
Me and my
Lunchbox just rolls
Heelys.
into view. Yeah.
It's too early for Heelys. I'm
Thanks.
sorry. The dramaturgy has to.
No.
Maybe, I mean, anything's possible with magic.
That
Maybe
is true.
Lunchbox,
Did Lunchbox invent Heelys?
you magically attached like Oreos to the sides of your shoes.
Oh my god.
Yeah.
My
You're
God, yes.
absolutely right.
Bubblegum and Oreos.
Incredible.
Okay. Yeah, you roll into view, and it's all four of you standing out there now. You're looking at the building. It is nighttime. It is largely empty. It's dark for sure inside. You see like the occasional light on as you look up at the various windows on the building, but it's pretty clear to you that very few people are here. Maybe some people just forgot to turn the lights off, but beyond the revolving door, you can see a front desk. Doesn't look like anybody is there, but
Okay, good.
you'd have to go inside to be sure.
I was gonna say, do we want to risk just the elevator straight up, or do we want to take the stairs up?
Well, didn't he say that there were cameras?
There are cameras.
Should
I
we do
mean-
something about those?
I mean, I can do something about those.
Mhm.
Okay. Is that the plan?
So head straight to the executive floor via the elevators.
Yeah, I think take care of the cameras and then head straight up there. I don't know. We only got an hour.
Yeah, we only have an hour, and it limits the chance of somebody finding us as we traverse multiple floors. So,
Well, not if the elevator's set to stop.
but someone would have to press the button
Exactly.
on a different floor.
Anybody could do that.
Yeah, but that would mean they would already be expecting somebody to do that on the elevator. If we go from the lobby straight up to the executive floor and we don't stop on any other floor, I don't think
We'll take the elevator.
Yeah. You can take the stairs.
That's fine. Fine.
Tall building. It's a tall building. Like,
Yeah.
Is it one of the only tall buildings in town? Because it's
definitely one of the tallest, yes.
Wizards and their modern towers.
We can take the stairs. We can take the stairs out, and we can. You can grind down the stairs.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Standing.
With your rollerblades, just grind down the railing on our way out when we're going out fast.
All right. Sold.
Deal.
So, we are going in through the front. You have one badge, just as a reminder.
Yep.
And there are 4 of you, so you might arouse some suspicion. It doesn't look like someone's at the desk, but you realize that if they were sitting down, you wouldn't be able to see them over the top. So there could be somebody there. There might not be somebody there. It is Moth's picture on the ID badge, as we've established, though I don't see any reason why you couldn't alter that since it's magic. Yeah, how are we doing this?
I think if it's I can go in by myself first, and if nobody immediately stands up from the desk, then I can just open the door for the others.
That's true.
We could always crawl.
Lunchbox brings up an excellent point.
I mean,
they can
the desk
just
is that tall.
army crawl way in behind me.
We could just crawl.
Okay.
I also still have shadow spells, so if I need to hide us in a pinch, that can be a thing that can happen.
That could work.
But first cameras, right?
Mm-hmm.
That is probably the first thing you'd want to address, yeah.
Yeah.
So, I mean, with that, what do we want on the cameras? Do we want me to try to, make sure that the footage is clean and just doesn't include us? Do you want me to destroy the footage?
I was about to say, can you keep it on a loop?
Yeah.
Before we enter?
Yeah, that's easy.
Yeah.
Okay.
Looping it's probably the easiest. And then if we feel like being extra sassy, we can destroy it on our way out.
Yeah.
Because I feel like that'll be easy if we need it.
Yeah.
Okay.
Or yeah.
So then, Raven, assuming that you are the one who's going to be doing this techno magic spell, you would know that you would probably only need a jinx to cover the hour that you have for this badge to be working, assuming that it doesn't take you longer, assuming you're not in the building for longer than that. However, if for some reason Kilbride, wherever he is, decides to look into it, your spell you could either do a basic spell that would hopefully last long enough to fool an average person, or you could try to do a bigger spell that would fool even Kilbride if he decides to investigate himself.
But if I were to do that, then we're in adding heat territory.
Correct.
Okay. I'm gonna take the risk and just keep it at a jinx for the moment. Actually, I'm gonna double check that is possible with what I plan to do. It is not possible with what I plan to do.
Would it be too powerful or too weak?
One of the other.
Okay.
Yeah.
So what do you mean? What is the card value that you have?
So, I mean, if I just stuck with change, that would be way too weak because that is a 4.
Okay.
So that would be a cantrip.
But we can just throw in, a power card and it
Yeah.
automatically becomes a
Yeah.
jinx.
Yeah. If you want to tag team this face cake, yeah, we'll do that.
And I'm just going to put it out. I'm just going to put it out there that if you spend that power card, it becomes a jinx in power. But if it gets down to like opposed spellcasting, that 4 value is still what Kilbride or someone else would have to beat.
You want me to use a 5 instead?
Or it would be,
No,
sorry,
I think-
what's the value on that power card?
4.
4. Okay. So it would be an 8, but it would have the power of a actually that would push it into hex territory.
Okay.
An 8?
Well, because it's an 8, which automatically makes it a jinx, and then adding a power card also pushes it up a category.
No, it's a cantrip now.
It's a cantrip
yeah.
now, and then you add the
Adding-
4 from the power card, which makes it a jinx,
Which makes it
and then
jinx.
that automatically upgrades it to a hex because it goes up a power level. You add the value of the power card, and then it also goes up a level.
I thought it only went up a level.
No. So the card, so every club's card increases the power category of a spell by 1. For example, a spell of a power with a power 4 would normally be a cantrip, but if one card is the club's, the spell becomes a jinx. If there are 2, then this power increases twice. Apply this category increase after working out the category based on the total power value of cards played.
Oh, I see.
Yeah.
Wait, where is that?
Page, what is it on the PDF? 8, page 7 into 8.
And what how much more do you need it to get up to a jinx?
Well, because that's the thing that doesn't make sense. Then you would never be doing a jinx unless you're playing a single card of that value, because you would always be making your cantrips hexes, which means you would always be adding heat. So that doesn't seem.
Well, if you had an ace of clubs and like a
Or
4.
if you were using 2 of your spell cards instead of just a 1.
Yeah.
Right.
That's what I was going to say. What is the other, like, what is the value of your current of the one you're going to use?
So the only one I was going to use would be a 4, so that would put us at a cantrip. I could argue once again that I can throw in destroy, because I'm trying to destroy the footage of us as I'm changing the footage to just loop, which would put us at a 7, which would be an okay number to be at.
That could work. Yeah.
Yeah.
I
So
think that would be
that is how I will play it, because we are not adding heat yet.
right.
I refuse.
Okay.
We are saving that for whatever that man has in his freaky office.
Okay. Very cool. So then you
I just hack into the cameras from my laptop that I'm carrying, because that is a reasonable thing to do in the 90s.
Right.
Press
Pull it
a
out
couple
of your-
buttons.
Pull it out of your
Wi-Fi doesn't
backpack.
exist yet, but you're connecting magically into their system, and then you're doing all this stuff. That's fine.
Scrubbing the footage of us, looping
Exactly.
the footage that was there before. It's fine.
It's totally fine. Perfect.
Totally legit.
So yeah, you set that up from outside. You're pretty confident that it worked. You're pretty confident that the footage is looping now. How are you approaching?
I think, I'll go in first to check that there's nobody sitting at the desk, and if there's nobody there, I will hold the door open for the rest to come in, and then
Okay.
we're just gonna.
And if
Are you
there is-
crawling?
I mean, I'm saying if there is someone there, we could just RB crawl.
If there's someone there, I will. I'll take care of it.
Okay.
Is it okay? Cool. So is it? I should have asked this earlier, probably, but since we're telling a story set in the 1990s, and the shopping mall has been a pretty big part of this, did you make a pit stop to get clothes that make it look like you work here?
I think because of how Moth has been, we've been kind of like describing her. She's kind of dressed, kind of like exceedingly normal. I think I am dressed normal enough to justify being like, I'm not coming into work. I'm coming to grab something in my off time.
Okay.
Like I'm not decked out really in anything that would be like cool.
Hmm.
But I definitely look like maybe I'm an intern or something and I forgot something and I'm just like running in after hours to grab it type of thing.
Okay, cool.
Because I think the
Awesome.
most interesting thing I said I have on are the red high tops, and everything else is just like normal.
Right.
Color, normal 90s windbreaker, regular clothes, and just jeans and a little striped shirt. I'm just like, hello.
Okay. Yeah, you walk in, and I think all of you can probably see pretty much as soon as you use the revolving door to walk in, security guard pokes his head up from the other side of the desk. He's probably like 40s if you had to guess, bald, kind of heavy set, smiles at you. He doesn't seem hostile when you walk in. And yeah, as you walk up, he kind of like gives you a look, like he's not suspicious, but like he doesn't recognize you, and he's not certain if that's because you don't normally come in when he's working, or if this is something that he needs to be more concerned about. Can I help you?
Oh, I mean, I don't think so, unless there's a chance that my things got moved to Lost and Found. I forgot some stuff up on the paralegal floor, and I was just gonna run in and grab it. I need it for this weekend, so.
Oh, okay. All right. Sure. Yeah. I mean, that should be fine. You want to go ahead and swipe your way on in? I'll point over to like the card reader that's set up.
Yeah. But just to be sure, no one brought anything down, right? No one brought like a bag for like Lost and Found or anything?
He like leans down, and you hear him kind of rummaging through something, and he holds up like, a couple things like a thermos and things that obviously don't belong to you because you're lying.
No, none of that, unfortunately. Although I hope that thermos is empty, because otherwise that'll be really gross.
Yeah, I rinsed it out. I always try to. Don't want anybody picking up a moldy thermos after all.
Oh, well, that's nice. You're a lot nicer than some of the day shift security guys in here. They would have just chucked it in the bin.
It's quiet this time of night. Not much to do. I don't mind washing out a thermos here or there.
That's fair. All right, then yeah, I'm just gonna badge in. And then I'm assuming it works. It lets me...
It does work. It like chimes, and there's like a little green light. But as you were starting to walk towards the elevators, you hear him say, "Oh, one second. Hold up there, miss. You said you're paralegal?"
No, I work in like the mailroom, but one of the paralegals lets me like keep my bag under her desk, and I forgot to pick it up on my way out. Why?
Right.
Do you need something from up there?
You mind if I have a look at your badge? It's just might be something with the system, but you're not. It's not reading as mailroom or paralegal. Actually, different department. So not sure what happened there, but let me take a look.
Mm-hmm. I'm gonna walk over to him, and when I get close enough to touch him, I'm gonna turn him to stone.
Oh, he's so nice. He washed the thermos out.
He's so
It'll be
nice.
really cute.
He's so
really cute
nice.
pebble. Such a nice pebble.
He is. I'm gonna make him. I'm not gonna put him in my pocket. I will put him very nicely on his desk so that he will be, when he turns back into a person, he will be right where he needs to be.
Right,
The kind of pebble a penguin would propose with.
Yeah, exactly.
Yeah, like an adorable little, just like perfectly round, flat, an ideal skipping stone.
Okay.
But I'm not gonna skip him. I'm just gonna. So yeah, when I reach out to hand him the badge and like touch his hand to hand it over, I'm gonna just boop him into.
Okay. What's the value of that card again?
7.
7. Yeah. Okay. So Jinx territory, it probably will last long enough, assuming that you don't take too long. So yeah, that's all well and good. The rest of you see this exchange happen, though you can't hear it, and then Moth reaches out and he turns into a rock.
And he said we were professional. I mean, come on.
Listen, we've got our tried and true moves. And so I'm just gonna pick him up, set him gently on his I'll put him on the chair so that when he'll be comfortable.
Okay.
Just lay it there, and then I go let the rest in.
All right, cool. Yeah, you the rest of you enter, I assume, through the front. Footage still skipping as far as you are aware, and you head for the elevator, I assume?
Yep, straight on to the executive floor. I'm assuming there's like
Straight up.
one of those things
Straight
that they
up.
have that's like the name of like
Gay
what
up.
office is on what floor that they have in like.
What are we doing, Raph? Raph, what are we doing?
What is Raph doing? I missed it.
I said straight up, and then they repeated straight up, and then they said gay up.
Iconic.
Yeah.
Anyway,
Iconic.
we're
But
going
yes,
up.
so like we look at the little list where it says whose office is where, and there's conference rooms on this floor, and this is this. So then we just go up to partners, which I'm sure is what it'll say.
I think it's actually, like the top floor, there is like definitely a partner's floor, and then like the top of it, the top floor is not even labeled. Like it's not even marked on the directory. Like you see the number, but it doesn't say anything next to it. But you know from the cuckoo and from Suit that his stuff is on the top floor of the building.
Okay. So yeah. So I think we will just go straight up, no stops.
Okay. Cool. Yeah. So the four of you start riding the elevator up towards the top floor. You don't nothing seems out of place. Nothing seems all that strange. You
What
hear
kind of music? Yeah, I was gonna say, what kind of music is he playing in this?
Elevator music. 90s elevator music.
Girl from Ipanema.
Use that.
Yeah. The girl from Ipanema. Yep, absolutely. Are you doing anything on the elevator ride? Are you making any preparations or anything like that, or are you just riding and listening to the music?
So I think we should probably be ready, maybe with Space Cake's shadow spell, in case there's probably at least one physical security person on the top floor that we might have to sneak past. And then I think we need to discuss how we're gonna try to bypass the code on the door to the vault, since we know where it is, because we don't know what it is because it changes every day. We don't have access to who has the code, so we're gonna have to do like some 90s movie hacking / magic about it.
Could be.
I do have one of my spells. It's a 9. I have arrow. So if we want to tag onto the spell that it's like very specific and targeted, like very like shooting it like precisely, because like an arrow like at the target. If that's something we want to consider for getting through the vault.
But
it's a thought.
First, we need to cover the security person, right?
Yeah,
correct. Assuming that there is one, yes.
Yeah, if there is a security person, I guess that's the question. Do we want to try to just hide ourselves, or Space Cake? Do you want to just like bubble them in the little shadow dimension?
I mean, I can do either. I could also just create a lion to eat them if we're feeling particularly spicy, but I can throw them in a shadow ball. It's fine.
I mean,
Fine.
Do we want to resort to murder tonight if we don't have to?
I mean, I just feel like we've been told that we're not very good at this, and like,
yeah, but we weren't told that by this security person who's just clocking in.
Right. Yeah. Professionals would definitely murder someone. That's what professionals would do.
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. We're obviously not playing the game hard enough. Right. I'm trying to level up. No, it's
the
fine.
best thing you can do in a heist is leave a trail of bodies.
I mean, if we wanted to be sneaky, you could just cover us, Space Cake, and then like the security guard doesn't notice anything being off.
Oh yeah, I guess I can do that. The elevator door just opens and no one's there.
Space Cake could create a lion that would eat all of you, and then
Yeah,
the
that's
lion
good.
walks into the
Correct.
office and then spits you out.
Yeah, or like a pelican, like a big pelican with like a
Yes.
big like
Yeah.
you
Be
know.
suspicious at all.
A big magenta.
Areas.
Well, here's the thing. Maybe if the security guard sees a big magenta pelican, he'll just think he's hallucinating, and he'll go have to sit down somewhere. Be like, I need to put my head between my knees and calm the fuck down.
This is what
think someone
professionals would
dosed
do.
me.
Yeah.
This is
yeah.
a professional move.
This
for
is a
sure.
professional plan. Yep. I do need an answer. I do need to know if you're going in concealed or out in the open.
Oh, we're going in
basically.
concealed. I'm
Yeah.
I'm shadowing it.
Cool. What is the value? How strong of a
It's a
spell?
9.
So it's a 9. Are you all cool with the jinx, or do you want it to be stronger?
I think if we just need to get into the office, like from the elevator into the office, I think
Yeah.
that'll be fine, because once
Yeah.
we're in the office, we can like maybe like close and
Yeah, the question is if you are trying to conceal yourselves from mortal eyes or from potentially magical, because if it's regular, then we probably don't need to worry about it. But if we get into like opposed spellcasting, then you would want a higher value. But
Yeah, but
that
like
also
that
comes
wouldn't
with
happen.
heat, so
You know.
That would never
Listen.
happen.
it's this is the crux of the game, right? Is
do we think he would have like his normal human security like on the lower levels, and then he would have somebody with some magical talent on the executive
Probably.
floor?
Plus we have the
Probably.
magical traps.
Yeah, so probably
Yeah.
we might want to boost this one, even if it puts us at 4 heat.
Yeah, because it'll last for like at least a day, right? So
So like so it'll last a day, and then even
sneaky.
and then maybe even if they see through the cameras, they wouldn't necessarily see through us
Yeah,
if we're magically hidden.
yeah.
Okay. So because
how what is the top level for Hex, which is the next level, right?
the top level for Hex is 19.
19. Okay,
After that,
and
you're
then
getting into
and that's a
enchantment
9.
territory.
Okay, I have a 5, so it could be 14.
Well, no,
sorry, I forgot I had to do math in my head real quick.
Wait, what is the level of Shadow?
Shadow is 9.
Shadow's
I
9.
have a 5.
So that would be a 14,
that would
which is
make
a
it-
Hex, but it would make it an enchantment because it's a
Yeah.
Because
clause.
it's a power. We would have to use
I forgot
That's
about
that's what fucked me up, was it's only if you're adding a power if it bumps it, but if you're adding another like any other
Yeah.
suite,
right.
Yes.
it bumps it up a different way. So if there's any other like descriptor card that can add to Shadow, we could make it a Hex.
What other I don't think mine would work.
The other thing to keep in mind when we're talking about opposed spellcasting is that the other people who are putting their values together don't have to worry about heat.
Yeah.
So their values will be high without having to stress about like how much heat is this going to create. This is the
They don't
balancing
have-
act of the game.
They don't have consequences for their
Correct.
actions.
Correct. So if
How
you're trying
much
to
is,
like overcome their values, obviously higher is better, but that comes with heat.
What cards do you have? Julia? No.
I have, so the ones that I have are Stone, which is 7, Arrow, which is 9, and then I have a power level of 7 card that I drew.
Oh, gotcha.
So Arrow will be helpful for like getting into the safe, but I don't think it'll help
Right.
us stay hidden.
No.
Stone, as we've seen, my application is very particular.
Yeah.
Um,
Could we use destroy or change again? Maybe. Because what
Maybe
else do you have?
change.
You have destroy, change, and a power card, or destroy, change, and
I have destroy, change, and knife. Could have
knife.
summoned that knife. You could have done it.
You could
Hell
have had
yeah.
You could have. You could have threatened to stab him.
You
It could
could
For
be
real.
you could use like change it with my shadow to like change
Don't do
the
this.
like
Don't do this.
reality, the perception of the reality around us and kind of distort it?
Absolutely.
This work
okay.
magnet puzzle game.
Yes. Yeah. So I will throw in change, which I'm gonna double check, but I believe it's 3.
Okay.
It's a 3 or it's a 4.
Okay.
It's a 4.
Perfect. Then it would be a 13.
Which gets us, which gets us there.
2x.
Yep.
Yeah.
Okay.
Got it.
All right. So you create this veil with a strength of 13, and you step out. The elevator doors open. You step out. You find yourselves in a very like rich-looking waiting area. There's a lot of like big, expensive art on the walls. The ceilings are very high. This is the top floor of the building, so it's kind of got like a domed glass ceiling where there's no light coming through, obviously, because it is nighttime. But you see like a big desk, like a big corner L-shaped desk that would probably be where like a receptionist or someone would normally sit, maybe security, but you don't see anybody there, actually. 90s computer sitting there, powered off. And then the only other real thing there are 2 bathrooms, and then there are 2 large sets of double doors closed and sealed. 1 second. Stop.
The baby is choosing violence.
He is.
The baby.
The baby.
He is. That's.
Oh.
I don't know if that's so accurate anymore.
That's a hairy
Oh.
hot dog.
That is
he
such
will
a
be-
baby.
Man.
He will be a baby 5 ever.
That's
If
true.
Icky,
Yeah.
if Icky is still a baby, then that is definitely a baby
That's true.
because he's younger.
That's
Stop
such a grumpy
biting me.
face.
He's very
Yeah.
he's grumpy. But he was starting to like pull on my XLR cable that connects to my microphone.
Baby,
You're
no.
You're
Little
dumb.
man.
You gotta put leverage on for him before you
I do.
stream.
I do.
Yeah.
Is that what you do for Icky?
No.
No,
Icky-
Icky's favorite show is Frodo's favorite show is Leverage. Icky's is not.
Oh.
Icky only likes Elementary, but he doesn't actually like Elementary. He just likes Aiden Quinn. He doesn't pay any attention except when Aiden Quinn as the captain is on screen. That's all he cares about.
Cool.
Okay, cool. So yeah, sorry. In middle of my description, 2 big sets of closed double doors, both of which have like placards next to them. One reads Mortimer Kilbride Sr. and the other one reads Mortimer Kilbride Jr.
The junior one has the fucking bone.
Raven just kind of looks at the door marked Junior with like a longing look and then has to shift their
Knew
gaze.
it. I fucking knew it. We gotta get you guys together.
I don't think I want to date him. He might eat me, and not in the fun way.
Yeah. Right now we've been working on negging Razor to the point where he stops being an
That's
asshole. So then then Raven can swoop in there and rebuild his confidence into a proper and healthy communication.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
he sucks. I don't want to fix him. Like, no.
All right. If you don't want to fix him, then we can make him worse.
I like the sound of that.
That one? Okay, cool.
All right, I'll just start rearranging my plan that I got back here for later on how we're gonna do that. It still involves negging, but
Stop negging people. So you're under this. Negging hasn't even been invented yet. You're under this veil of shadow.
they just didn't have a name for negging. They were
Sure,
definitely
yes.
negging in
That's
the
true.
movies.
That's true, but it wasn't called that. The name makes it so much worse. Okay, cool. You creep through the office. Where are you heading? You've got Kilbride Jr., you've got Kilbride Sr. That's
Heading in-
really it, though.
Yeah. Well, we're heading into the senior's office looking for his big old creepy family portrait.
Okay.
Because he
Yeah.
told us
But
Soup
wait,
told us exactly where to go.
Before we open the doors, though, guaranteed there's going to be some sort of trap
Yes.
in there.
Mhm.
So
You gotta check that out. What do we get the 90s big can of hairspray and spray it and see what the lasers show up? Just spray over, mist it, and see which
Wait,
rooms light up.
it. I pull out some Fun Dip, just the powder, and just like throw it.
just pour it into your palm and just.
And then I eat the stick.
Highlight any runes hidden in the carving around the door. And if it doesn't, we've just made his floor sticky, which, again, we're just here to ruin his night.
Yeah, no, clearly and absolutely. All right, you step out and start heading for Kilbride Senior's room, office, presumably. You open the door and head inside. It's dark. There's enough ambient light. Like, there are big windows in this office, and you're high enough up that some of the light pollution from the city outside still creeps in. You could hit a light switch if you want. That would definitely make it easier. But as it is, you can see well enough to kind of fumble your way around, although you're not positive if you'll it's risky, basically. Like, you could knock something over. You can't really see where you're going.
I think we have, like, what were those things called? The pen lights from, like, the.
I think we have glow sticks. I think that is what we have.
Space Cake definitely has glow sticks.
Yeah,
Space Cake can absolutely pass out glow
You
sticks.
just start cracking them.
Yeah.
Got little like necklaces and shit.
What are those, like, the glowing things on the ropes that you spin?
Balls.
Yeah.
Balls.
Yeah, there you go.
I actually do have some of those somewhere.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, and the
No doubt.
fingertips.
Yeah, I gotta
right,
have
exactly.
them.
Yeah. That's your light source, is just Space Cake doing this. Incredible. Fantastic. So beyond, by the light of the glow sticks, you see, like, a big mahogany desk, name placard, very fancy pens, a couple of well-organized documents scattered across it. There's a lot of bookshelves that are recessed into the walls that have, like, legal textbooks, things like that. Maybe a few, like, more scholarly books, but probably just for show, and then a lot of ornamentation, his degrees framed, that sort of thing. And then there's really only one piece of art in here, and it is a portrait of a man, an old man. Probably, I mean, age is really hard to place. He does not look like he has aged particularly gracefully, or he's just very, very old. It's hard to say, but he's kind of stooped. He doesn't really, his hair that remains just sort of wispy. There's really no sort of facial hair. He has a very, like, kind of prominent, like, hooked sort of nose. Wearing a very expensive looking suit, kind of standing there. Next to him is a man that you presume is his son, although the ages are a little questionable, again, because maybe he's just, like, an ungraceful, like, 60 or what have you, but he looks much older than that. This man that is standing next to him, very handsome, very sort of clean cut, more of what you would, like, picture, like, a Hollywood lawyer, kind of, and also in a suit, strong jawline. If you saw these two people standing together, you probably would not assume that they were related.
Guess he takes after his mother.
Yeah, he.
If you're gonna,
This is maybe random.
are you thinking about maybe the son is actually the older one, and the one who looks younger is actually the dad, and he's, like, magically lived that long in that preserved state, and they're just pretending that the actual son is the father because he's aging normally because the father doesn't share his immortality with his son? Because I've been thinking about that.
Yeah.
Wild.
I was going to say that the sun just doesn't exist. But that probably makes more sense.
If the sun doesn't exist, who's chewing on those bones?
That's the thing. It's like, what if that's
I think
actually
the
real Mortimer Kilbride? He's just pretending to be his own son, while his actual son is pretending to be Senior because his father doesn't share whatever spells that are keeping him alive forever, since the suit said that he's, actually ancient.
Typical fucking wizard.
Yeah, wizards fucking suck.
But that might not be accurate. That might just be my theory.
No, I think you're right on this.
Here's the problem. Here's the rub. If I'm right on this, then we're standing in the wrong office.
But the painting's here, and we know that the access panel's behind it.
But we don't know if there's a painting in the other room either.
Should we
You
check?
want to go in the bone room?
No, I mean, we'll just take this picture off the wall, and if there's a vault behind it, then we know we're fine. And if there's not, then we know we got to go in the bone room.
But
I want to go in the bone room.
But don't you think that like there's like some security where like if it is the wrong one and we take it off, then some sort of alarm's gonna go off?
All right,
There's the rub.
let's be democratic about this. Who wants to check the other office? Raise your hand.
Okay.
Who wants to just pull the picture off the wall and see what happens?
Oh, I thought we were going to split up. I'm sorry, I misunderstood the voting. I'm sorry. I was.
Do you want to check the other room, Lunchbox? If you say yes, it's majority rules, and we'll go check the other room.
It all comes down to you, Lunchbox. It's your decision to make.
God. Okay.
It's such an important decision.
We're counting on you.
Yeah, what's it going to be, Lunchbox?
The whole heist is hanging on this decision.
Cracks open a Kool-Aid jammer and just like chugs it. Okay, I just needed to settle my nerves. I guess let's go check the other office.
Bone room.
Okay. As you finish this conversation, as you were turning around and getting ready to head to the other office, you see kind of backlit another figure standing in the doorway. You see a figure standing in the doorway, and very quickly, although your eyes kind of have to adjust for a second, you see what is unmistakably the younger man from the portrait standing there. Suit, tie, all of that together. Very clean cut, very handsome, strong jawline, like I described. But there's something strange about the way that he scans the room and then takes a big smell. Just a big, long sniff. And says, I might not be able to see where you are. I know you're there. He moves a little bit further into the room.
Can I cast? I'm going to cast metal, and I'm going to produce. It's just a 2.
Okay.
Because that's a cantrip, right?
Yeah, that's a cantrip.
Okay. And in my hand, I'm just going to quickly produce some like let's do some like arcade tokens for games. And I take one and I just chuck it across the room.
Okay. All right. You chuck it across the room and he his head kind of snaps to the side, but he continues moving just a couple steps into the room. And he's not chasing, he's not diving for where he heard the noise. He's still smelling. He's still trying to trust his sense of smell more. But as he does so, I think he you see that he reaches up and he starts to undo the tie.
Oh.
and pull that off, and then like sheds the suit jacket and starts taking off, like unbuttoning the shirt underneath it as well.
Holy
Insane tactic. I'm just gonna do an uncomfortable strip tease in front of you to break you. To break you.
Start throwing dollar bills at him.
This is the 60-ish-year-old lawyer doing a...
Oh no, I thought it was the younger one.
This is the young hot one.
It is the other one.
Yeah.
This is the hot one.
This is the hot one. Yeah. Oh, yeah.
Oh,
He's
yeah,
like,
the Hollywood lawyer, yes.
Yes, this is the, yes, he's like got like a 6-pack abs.
Okay. Okay.
And,
He would slay on Love Island.
he absolutely would. He absolutely would. He is just getting undressed and says, "You don't want to be here, but I'm afraid it's already too late for that."
Someone cover Lunchbox's eyes.
Raven does.
I think he gets down to like boxers. He
Does
gets down to like
on all fours?
he does not get down on all fours, but he gets down to like boxers, and then he starts to then he reaches up and he starts to remove skin,
Oh.
Ooh,
Uh,
less hot.
just like leaving the layer of muscle like exposed underneath it, as he's just basically like peeling his own sort of skin off. And
Stone and destroy? Stone and destroy? Stone and destroy?
Sure.
plan?
Yeah.
I have no idea what's happening here. I don't want to.
Do we want to add some serious heat to this to make sure that he can't combat against it?
Okay, so what is destroy?
Destroy is just a 3.
Yeah, because that leaves us at a 10 total for a jinx.
Do you want me to add? Because I still have my bundle of arcade tokens. I could just chuck it at his face.
Could we add? I don't think he's human. Could we add beast?
Ooh. Oh. Yes.
It
I
does
do
not
have
seem-
a beast.
I'm not. Moth isn't an expert, but I don't think this is human behavior. He taking one's own skin off. So
Could
could
be.
we maybe stack
We could turn him
these?
into a stone, like a statue.
Like a little stone? Yeah. Like
a little
stack up.
gargoyle.
That's
6.
That's what, a 6? So that's 16.
okay,
So it will be one heat,
it will
which
be
will
one
put
heat.
us which
At
puts us at
5 heat.
5.
Okay.
But what the fuck is happening here?
Yeah. I tried throwing an arcade token to get him away. It didn't work.
You did
that
so
always
good,
works.
Lunchbox.
He's taking his skin off.
It's true.
Where's he
So-
starting from? Is he starting from like the top of his head, or is he
I
starting
think
from
he's
like
starting
the-
from his shoulder, kind of, and like, but like, yeah,
pulling
fully,
it off like a wetsuit, or pulling it off like unzipping and stepping out like that scene from Cats 2019 when Rebel Wilson took off her Jenny Anydots outer layer to become showgirl Jenny Anydots.
Yeah, so she can direct the cockroaches in the night.
Yeah, in the tap dance number.
Yeah.
you're right. It's not muscle underneath. He is a cat person.
Absolutely not. This just got worse.
You're right. No, he's just a layer of muscle and blood that you can see kind of pumping under the surface. It's more like a wetsuit.
Okay, so yeah,
Yes. Yeah.
let's get rid of
Either
that.
way.
Okay.
We'll
Cool.
go to 5 heat to get this away.
Sure. So you said 16, right?
Yes, with
Okay.
destroy, stone, and beast,
Okay.
it brings us up to a 16.
So the way that opposed spellcasting works, to keep it fair, is you don't know the value of the spell that you are opposing, basically.
Yes.
So I put it together beforehand, and then you decide how much power you want to do, and then we compare them to each other.
Yeah.
Okay, cool. Just want to put that out there.
Yeah.
You create this spell effect. What does it look like visually? Who is this coming from? Moth kind of started the cast, so I'm wondering if you're the one who's taking action here and everybody's just sort of contributing to it, but I gotta know.
If that's the case, unfortunately, that means Moth has to jump forward and like touch him. So
Doesn't have to come from Moth, but you were kind of the initiator.
no,
so I
I'm
thought that
fine.
made
I'm
sense.
fine with doing it. I'm just
Okay.
Moth is just horrified at the fact that she has to touch this man.
Cool.
So Moth pops forward and just like slaps a hand. I think I'm gonna go aim for his hand, so to like, like kind of like stop that.
Okay.
Like cut that out. And I think I'm going to smack it, and from my palm. Usually because stone is such a quick little boop, and it's like maybe just like a little grayish lavender, like little burst of like dust is the color. But I think with the contributing factors of this, it might be a little bit more of like a light instead of like a dust. Because Moth's magic is dusty. It's just like
That's magic. Yep.
well, it's just a little moth, just like hiding out and flapping around.
Absolutely. So
Is that
Walker?
that's
Is
a
that a 17?
17.
17.
You
Even if I throw my arcade tokens at him
Yeah.
to distract him.
Right, you can't modify this spell after I show you what the total is, because then you can just decide to up it.
I suggested.
that is true. Lunchbox suggested it, and we did not take them up on it.
Mhm.
It's okay. I
It's
might
true.
have to use them as a weapon now.
He
We might have to do
preternaturally, preternaturally quickly, he grabs your wrist as you reach out to touch his hand, still not being able to see you, presumably. But as you do that and he grabs your wrist, he says, "I'm sorry. I don't like to be touched." And this like force sort of radiates out of his body, explodes out of his body, canceling out your magical effect and also canceling out the concealment. So you are all kind of now out in the open. It rips away the shadow barrier. It also blows off the rest of the skin suit. And you see that he's just sort of now standing there, fully just like a human musculature, like dummy almost, but the features on the face are like not quite right. Like there's no protruding nose. It just sort of like flat ends, and you can also see his mouth is full of these like like it looks like it's just teeth, like all the way back to like where a throat would be, and different kinds of teeth. Like some of them are like sharp fang ripping tearing teeth, but some of them are also just like very flat grindy teeth as well.
All that magic in the vault, and your father couldn't fix you?
I wasn't made the way that most sons are made.
Obviously.
What do you guys want to do? You want to do another spell about it, or are you going to let him eat Moth?
Oh, doing another spell about it.
Okay.
Yeah.
What are we doing? Let me put something together for him first, real quick.
So I think maybe now is a good contribution for Arrow. Maybe Arrow should come in now.
And we are up to
I'm
5
just-
heat, just as a
I'm
reminder.
just thinking, like, what
so.
happens if we get to 6 heat?
So I think if I read the book correctly, it means I don't think it's an immediate effect. It's a when it's over, we are guaranteed to get our shit rocked in the future.
The community is guaranteed to get its shit rocked. Basically, if you get too much heat, it comes back on the community.
Which will have the trickle down effect of rocking our shit.
Yeah.
Because I'm sure the community will not be happy with us.
Yeah.
When this clock fills, the wizard will interfere with your community in some way after downtime, deploying mercenary shock troops to kick down doors in search of esoteric contraband, opening a portal to hell in the neighborhood park, etc., etc., etc.
You could just let him eat me and then go get and continue the heist.
A portal
Moth's
to hell
fine
sounds
with
fun,
that.
though.
I will just say, from you haven't hung out with Moth like very long. I am the newest one here, but you do know that Moth would be like. Moth is very mercenary about this whole thing. If Moth has to get eaten, so you guys can finish the heist, you can just let Moth be eaten.
I think the problem is that Moth is the mercenary one. All of the rest of us are not. Moth will sacrifice the rest of us, but we will not sacrifice them.
Yeah, that is the problem here.
Yeah.
Just so you are aware of how heat works exactly, what will happen is that when the clock fills, we draw 3 cards from the community deck. The wizard is targeting those 3 elements. You pick 1 card to save. Everything is fine there. You choose 1 card to discard. You can't make it to that event, but the community rallies and protects itself. And then you choose 1 card to burn.
And there is no way to reduce heat.
Correct.
Just out of curiosity, if we do get to 6, does the clock then restart? Can we hit 6 multiple times?
No, it's once per mission. It's you hit it, the wizard retaliates. If you don't hit it, the wizard doesn't retaliate.
So basically, at this point, we can start doing insane level spells because we've accepted the fact that
we fucked.
That depends. Yeah, you're at 5 right now. If you were willing to go to 6, then yeah, you can basically go as crazy as you want to go because the outcome is going to be the same no matter what.
I'm sliming this dude.
So what is slime?
Actually, slime is 7. Can I slime Moth? Like, can I reach over and slime your? What is he holding onto your wrist?
Make me slippy?
Yeah, make you all slippy. So I'm not retaliating against him. I'm casting it on Moth. Would that still be a
contested
spellcasting? That's an interesting question. I think in that particular case, I would say no.
Okay. In that case, I throw tokens in his face to distract him, and I grab Moth's under. I reach up.
You grab my windbreaker.
To grab Moth. And then I cast slime, which is a 7.
Okay.
Right. And I do that by I bust out like from under my sleeve, just start spewing Gogurt, and yeah, for like you're like coated in like a thin film of that good Gogurt, and are able to just like slip and slide.
All right. I think you get slimy, and you are able to get out of his grasp, essentially. Like you slip right through his fingers, quite literally. But he is going to he's going to kind of like look at his hand, his muscly hand, and like sort of like wipe the he'll stoop down and pick up like the suit jacket and just kind of like wipe the slime off his hands with it, as he seems very unconcerned as he says, it's not going to change anything that's about to happen, but it's a cute trick.
Can we run? That wasn't like a slip out and now what? It was a slip out and we just gotta get in there.
I was gonna say it has been effective up until this point. I'm just gonna ask him, does he want anything out of the vault? I'm just gonna be like, so your dad made you and he made you like this. Do you want to do something about that?
He keep in mind he is still kind of very much like blocking your way, pacing back and forth, but he like as he's wiping his hands off, he says very calmly, I'm a monster. And it's too late to do anything about that. But
that's quitter talk.
Not with that attitude.
But go on.
But I am just so very hungry.
Is this
I
about the
mean,
bones? Is this about the bones?
He'll like, I think, turn to all of you at that point, and his jaw just like kind of distends unnaturally large enough that he could, pick one of you up bodily and just shove you into his mouth.
I'm sure there's someone out there that appreciates that skill.
Yeah.
I don't think any of us are real impressed.
There's a label for this.
Yeah, there's a community for that, but not one that we belong to.
Sure. Yeah, I would never presume.
There you go, Mac.
Well, this is the
Sound
stream
off
for
in
you,
chat.
I mean,
okay, cool. So, yeah, what are you guys doing? Because he is, I'll say he does lunge at you.
Yeah, if he's lunging at me again, I'm gonna go for the arrow spell.
Okay.
Yeah.
And I can add stone to that myself, or if anyone else wants to jump in with it.
What level is it? What number is it?
9.
9. Do you want me to add metal? Do you want to make it literally a metal arrow and we just
You could. That'd be 11. That'd be a
his
jinx.
jaw open?
Yeah. Just
Wait,
shoot it. Just or pin his mouth shut.
Or pin his mouth shut?
if we don't care about the heat,
Well, that's the
I do
thing.
still have this.
We currently still
We
have
could
the
still-
opportunity to care.
We
I'm
could
just
still
saying.
care.
If anybody wants it, just tell me when to throw this baby down.
I'm
Yeah.
going to be asking you to throw that baby down when we just blow a hole in the side of the vault and start grabbing. That's, I think, our next step.
Because we just need to distract him for a...
For
yeah,
long
okay.
enough for us to break in, which
Well,
might be more than a few
we
seconds.
know that it's behind. We gotta lift up the fucking picture, right? So me and Moth will take him. You guys get your asses to the vault.
Yeah.
All right.
I
You
will
guys,
point out that you did not get the chance to figure out whether it was the picture in here or the picture in the other room, which
We
we're
didn't, but-
debating.
I know, but at this point, what are we gonna do? We can't get past
What are
this
we
man
gonna do?
right now.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Don't.
Oh,
God damn it.
I was gonna say,
Stinky.
yeah.
I know.
I'm gonna. If you guys want to start trying to get into the vault, we'll try to deal with the man. And then if we need to go big, then Space Cake is ready to go real big.
I'm ready to go so big.
Okay. So splitting up, doing two different things.
Mhm.
Fuck.
I mean,
All right.
for right now, we are at least in the same room.
We can see each other.
We can see
That's
each other
true.
unless
That's
we have to
true.
run to the other room, which
That's
is
true.
a problem we will solve if it happens.
All right, so
Yeah.
let's deal with Raven and Lunchbox first. You were running over to the picture.
Raven and Space Cake.
Space Cake.
Sorry,
Yep.
Raven and Space
Yeah.
Cake. You were running over to the picture. Okay, cool.
Yep.
All right. Oh, look at the
Oh,
boy.
baby.
The boy.
The rare Mowgli appearance on
I had
camera.
cheese.
Cheese
I
tax.
see. I
Cheese
see.
tax.
We're
my
okay
God,
with being
hold
on
on.
laps as long as we get cheese.
Oh,
Oh no, we're done. We're done. Not worth it. No longer
Sure.
worth it.
We're being a drama queen.
Done.
All right.
Take your
Finished.
cheese.
All right. Cool. All right. So you, you move the picture to the side, you throw it off the wall, and you do in fact see like a key code panel on the other
Oh,
side that is just
fuck the
waiting
code.
for a code to be put into it.
and I think Raven is going to start by doing some hacking, and I think what the goal is, we are pulling out change and destroy once again. Raven
Right.
is destroying the current code and changing it to a code of their choosing.
I do like that.
69, 69, 420.
Exactly.
Okay. Very cool. All right, cool. Yeah, you can do. What is the value of those cards together?
That is a 7.
That is a 7. Okay, cool. Yeah. All right. Yeah, I think that's good. What are you making the code? Just for flavor's sake.
Obviously 69,420.
Right. Yeah, you said that. I'm sorry. 69,420. Cool.
420 star. Don't forget the star.
Yeah.
Right,
Got
of
it. Got out of star.
Obviously. You change it to 69,420 star. You punch in 69,420 star after working your techno magic on the vault. And part of like one of the bookshelf cases that's recessed goes even further in, like recesses even further in, and then like slides to the side. And beyond, you can see what looks like a kind of like a very like plush library. It looks very much the same like the rest of the office, aside from the fact that it was hidden behind a wall. But as it like goes back, you see almost as if detecting that the panel was altered with magic, just a wall of fire spread like across the open air, separating the office from the hidden vault. A literal firewall.
Amazing.
Nice.
Womp womp.
And that is something to deal with. But back with Lunchbox and Moth facing off against Kilbrad Jr.
Yep.
What's the value of your spell? Because I have his right here.
It is 11.
2.
It is 11. All right.
Yeah.
Hmm.
And his total is 38.
Hold on.
What do you mean, hold on? You've got the cards.
I do. I was just seeing if there was a thing. Because, as you might see, as you will see in a second, he also has 11.
Oh, so what is it? What is the equal? What happens
that's
on
a good question.
equals?
We're the good guys.
The book does not specify, but it does say whichever spell has the higher value is successful and the other fails. To me, I think that means that these both fail. They cancel each other out, essentially.
I can accept a canceling out.
In this case, what I will say is that his spell was trying to eat you, essentially. So he is like kind of lunging forward, and then you blast him with this arrow, which goes into him, but he just kind of like rips it out, and he seems pretty unfazed, and he is still coming at you. So I think all of this is happening as Moth and Lunchbox are kind of like on the retreat because he just keeps advancing. Towards you, but you are kind of like doing enough magic, at least for the moment, to like keep him at bay. We'll see how your luck holds out moving forward. Okay, cool. Faced with this literal firewall, Raven and Space Cake, are you going to continue to try to get into the vault?
Can one of your animals like? I don't know where I was going with that. I was just
sacrifice themselves.
I mean, wait, wrong card. So you can destroy, right? Can't you? Like with fire, it's powered by air. Maybe, or wait. We could use change and then shadow and just kind of like change it into smoke.
Or like make the shadow like a fire blanket.
Yeah. All right. Okay,
Yeah.
I think that's what's gonna happen.
All right. So change.
What is your change?
It is a 4.
Okay, I have 9. That puts us at 13. What's that have us at?
That's a hex. Did you put in any clubs yet?
No.
Okay,
We don't
so
want
that
to.
is. Yeah, no, I get it. That's a hex right now,
So is
which
that a good
means
thing?
we're gonna get heat.
which is one heat.
shit.
Yes,
where it's
shit.
gonna cross
Okay,
the
okay.
line.
But
Yeah.
I mean,
you
I
are
could
trying
just do
to.
shadow.
You are trying to overcome a wizard's spell, a wizard's
Okay.
security spell.
Yeah,
So
I think- And
So-
again, this is the kind of like this is where we thought we would use our last heat is getting into the vault. So,
Okay,
That's
well, I can throw
true.
my big old club it down then.
Yeah.
If we're gonna fuck around, we may as well fuck around.
Yeah,
Okay. All right.
let's do
Okay.
it.
So you were at a 13.
Sorry, community. Sorry, sunshine.
You were at a 13. You are now spending a club, which is what value?
10.
10. Okay.
So
So
23.
23 puts you into enchantment territory, and that actually upgrades it to sorcery because it is a power card on top of that, which is a spell with godlike power. So yes,
To make a fire blanket.
it does happen. It is going to add 3 heat, but since you
Yeah.
only had 1 heat left that you could take, doesn't super matter at this point. You were going to hit the consequences anyway. So yeah, you were trying to like snuff out the fire, essentially, kind of like a fire blanket of magic. So yeah, I think since the power, a lot of the power is coming from Space Cake, what rave magic, what does it look like when the firewall goes out, or when you breach the firewall?
I think it like I kind of suffocate it with like you know, like JD said, like kind of like a blanket. That's what the shadow turns into. So you see this like kind of shadowy smoke creep down and just slowly push the fire down and suffocate it.
Yeah.
So that we can step in, and as
Okay.
like we're walking through smoke looking like total badasses as we
Right.
step in.
I wasn't sure if the shadows were like multicolored and like.
You know what? Yes, they are. Thank you.
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Yes.
gotta be.
It's like-
There's like it's like the haze in a rave that you can see
There you go. Yeah.
light
Yeah.
flashing through. Yeah.
when it makes contact with the fire, it changes
Mhm,
colors.
mhm.
Yeah.
Hell yeah.
Uh-huh.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. Yeah. So the fire kind of just like goes from the top and then starts to like snuff, go out down. And before you know it, pretty quickly, you are open to go into the sanctum beyond, to the best of your knowledge.
We're gods.
And all it's going to cost is the lives of
It's
some
the
of your community
community. It's
members.
fine.
Fine. It's
Fine,
fine.
it's
Sacrifices must be
fine.
made.
Actually, now that we mentioned that, we do
Are we doing
have
that
to.
now?
We have to. Yeah, it happens now.
Oh, I thought it happened after.
So it happens when you hit heat. We find out now what's going to happen, but it doesn't happen until after.
Okay.
Oh,
Yeah.
gotcha.
When a clock
Okay.
fills, clear it and draw 3 cards. Well, maybe it can happen more than once, but we're not going to worry about that. This is a one shot. Anyway,
Don't torture us
Don't
like
remind
that.
me.
it's fine. Don't worry.
Let's just do it. Let's just keep getting to 6.
I mean, I don't think that's necessary.
Let's just destroy our community.
Yeah.
I think that's the takeaway from this game.
Here's the thing: the only person who I think is actually okay with that is Moth.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm. Okay, cool. So we still have this card available. This is Bastion. But I'm going to put, actually, I don't think the book specifies this, but we're going to leave that out. So I'm going to shuffle this and draw 3 cards at random, and then we will see what's going to happen to the community during the heat phase.
Do we decide now who we're gonna
We're gonna say
burn,
this,
or do we,
so.
or can we
Great
think about that until
question.
after we finish the?
I would say you can think about it.
Okay.
Drawing these blind, and I don't have the list pulled up, so even I don't really know what they are just yet.
I have it. So
Okay. Here's what we have. We have the 6 of clubs.
okay, 6 of clubs,
The bar / casino.
the bar.
Okay.
Okay.
We have the ace of clubs.
The pier.
Okay.
Okay.
Burn it.
And we have the 10 of spades.
The opera. I'm willing to sacrifice either of the first 2. I'm not sacrificing my weekly rave.
I'd be
I
willing to
love fighting with
sacrifice the pier.
Well, we can talk
Yeah.
about it in the
Well,
heat phase.
yeah,
We
we'll
can talk
figure
about
it
it in
out.
heat.
Yeah.
So cool. All right. So, immediate problem still is Kilbrad Jr.
Yeah.
who is still coming after
Junior.
Moth and Lunchbox.
Yeah. Which if I see the big magic happening,
Yeah.
I'm gonna just.
Let's fucking go.
I think Moth sees that, whips around, and then I'm going to, if I play all 3 of the cards I have in my hand and I create a stone arrow, which I think would really just be an arrow, and I am using my stone ability at a distance, like where I puncture instead of having to touch him again. Altogether, that would be 23.
With a power card or without a power card?
With a power card.
Okay, cool. All right, yeah.
So it is...
Is that what you want to do?
Yeah, because he's gonna eat one of us if we don't put him down.
That's true.
I'm sorry,
He's gonna eat us for lunch.
He's gonna eat us for lunch. He's Lunchbox is so perfectly small and grabbable and is coated in so much sugar, like a little bonbon.
Yeah.
It's gonna pop Lunchbox in his mouth like a gumball.
Lunchbox is too delicious.
Yeah, Lunchbox is too delicious, too small and brightly colored, perfectly out here in the environment like a piece of candy. I can't let that happen if we're going to be going big. So I think that is what I will do, which with the power spell, it would have been just an enchantment, but because I used power level, makes it sorcery.
Yep.
Let's do it.
And that is a 23, you said?
A 23, unless Lunchbox is adding to this.
I'll fucking add to it.
What do you want to do? What do you want to give me?
I'm gonna give you slime, baby.
Okay.
Always.
Which is
slime.
Which is another 7. So that puts us
30.
That puts us at 30.
Okay.
To try to turn him into a slimy rock.
Right.
So that he can stop trying to eat us.
Okay. All right. You're turning him into a slimy rock. Is that the effect?
Wait, can we not turn him into a slimy rock? And can we turn him
Yes.
instead of a stone?
Mm-hmm.
Can we say stone like a jawbreaker or something so that we can eat him? Like he's trying to eat us, can we eat him instead?
A gusher.
We turn him into a gusher.
Do you want to eat him? Do you want to engage in cannibalism? I was gonna abduct him and then turn him into a science experiment to see if we can unmonster him, but if you want to eat him, I'll let you eat him.
I mean, is it cannibalism if he's not human?
Yes.
Is it cannibalism if we turn him into
that gusher?
a gusher?
That gusher will taste like iron. Look at him. Look at him. Look at all of his
Let's turn him
innards.
into a gusher and then we'll decide, okay? If I get hungry, it happens, okay? If you want to experiment on him, all right.
Yeah.
Okay.
Moth doesn't have a problem with that.
Sure. Where does the arrow part of this come in?
So Moth like whips the arrow through the air. She doesn't have a bow and arrow. She just like does the hand motion and it comes out of midair. And I think it's like stone. The tip of it is like a stone arrowhead because it's going to turn them into stone. But like, you know how like they would like dip arrows in like poison or something, but it's like dipped in like the gusher fluid.
I like bust open a gusher's bag and just like smash it on the air.
You throw them in the air. The arrow passes through one gusher on its way to pierce him.
Ray of gushers.
To just pierce wherever it hits him.
Please be a red one. Please be a red one.
It strikes him.
This is so much more body horror than I was expecting.
Yeah, truly.
Godlike.
I was excited before you added the gusher part of it. Not because I don't think it's fun. I do think it's fun, but because you got a 23 originally, and he had put all of his cards on the table for a 22.
Ooh.
So I would have gotten him without the gusher.
Just barely you would have gotten him without the gusher. But I do like the gusher. So the arrow strikes him, and he kind of like roars in pain, and he like looks down at this arrow, and he's like mid monologue. He's like, "You think this is gonna stop me? You think that your pathetic magic is strong enough?" And then like he looks down at himself because he's just kind of like being folded up like several times over. Like his
It's like,
body
yeah.
just starts being like folded in on itself, and like he's just sort of looking stunned at himself, and then like his neck kind of like cracks and his face sort of distorts into a scream, but there's no sound. And then like just a second later it all happens very quickly, and he just like a little red gusher falls to the ground and like bounces once on the carpet.
And he will stay that way until we decide otherwise. So
Yeah.
5 second rule, 5 second rule, and I pick him up. And I
Do you
just
eat
clean
him?
him up.
listen.
I give it to you. You really
just-
cast the spell. If you get hungry,
I had a really funny idea, which is because you're holding the package of gushers from the one you threw, and you just absentmindedly like drop him into it.
I drop it in there. I shake it up. I say,
Roulette now, baby.
no, I give it to you.
Okay. Because here's the thing. I'm a little curious. Maybe
About
just
eating him?
Take a
about-
nibble.
about unmonstering him.
Okay, all right.
About undoing whatever, call it hubris. That's what Moth has, flying into the light. But
That's fair.
this man made his son out of some kind of sinewy monster. What if I can just undo all of his hard work?
Okay.
Fuck your legacy, and also this monster can go join the Russian ballet, which I'm sure is what he actually wanted to do with his life.
That's true.
Okay. Cool. All right. Well then.
So we'll see.
Yeah, absolutely. Well then, I think that we get to move on from this then, basically, because you have turned him into a gusher, and you have also gotten full access to Kilbride Senior's magical vault, so you can steal stuff.
Let's do it.
Yeah, you don't know how long you have, because presumably Kilbride is on his way, Kilbride Senior, and you probably don't want to be here when he gets here, so you're probably not going to be able to clean him out, but you can grab stuff.
Yeah, I will make sure to grab the book for suit.
Yeah.
And then once I have specifically that book, it's just like sticking the arm on the shelf while the bag is open and just like doing one of these.
Yep.
And we'll just find out what's the value is later.
Okay,
Yeah.
cool.
I think that's our smash grab tactic.
It would be like the scene in Free Willy when the kids go to the restaurant and they see that they're like a bunch of people haven't finished eating, and then they just like run in and start grabbing all the stuff from the tables, and they steal that big birthday cake. Or was it catering? That's what it was.
Yeah, it was like I think it was like a wedding.
No.
They steal a wedding cake.
Raph, remind me to tell you a story about that
Shit.
when
Okay.
we're done. I don't want to derail us because we're already at 2. But yeah, okay. Cool. Let's do one last spell, which is your getaway.
Okay.
You grab things, you're running away. My question for you: how are you getting away? And also, this is your opportunity to use the last community card that you have at your disposal if you want to, the Bastions card.
Yeah, definitely.
Which only adds 1, but
Yeah. Definitely using it for resource management purposes.
right.
Yeah.
So definitely paging them to be in the parking lot just to cause a little bit extra confusion when we come bursting out the doors. Do we want to use maybe arrow, because we can say like the speed of an arrow going
Speed
through?
of an arrow, and maybe we just fucking fly out of here on a beast.
Yeah.
We're on the
I
top
was
floor,
about to say
baby.
I can summon some eagles.
Yeah. let's-
Eagles!
Or give us a dragon, a Lisa Frank dragon.
Lisa Frank
Yes.
dragon. Lisa Frank.
Wait. Didn't Lisa? Hold on. Let me double check
Dolphin.
something. I'm having a mental image that I don't know if it's real or not, and I'm trying to look to see.
Lisa Frank dragon.
Not dragon. Lisa Frank had the hummingbirds Do you remember the hummingbirds?
Yes, the hummingbirds. Oh my
Hummingbirds.
god,
Okay,
we have
yes.
giant hummingbirds.
Please,
Giant
wait.
hummingbirds.
Giant Lisa Frank hummingbirds
I'm about to
with
look
the
it up.
swiftness of the arrow to get us
Yes.
the fuck out of here.
Lisa Frank hummingbirds.
Okay. So I need to know the value because I've put together Kilbride's
Oh,
You know what?
spell.
9 for arrow,
And if we're automatically adding Bastion, that's up to 10.
so 10.
okay.
Beast is
6.
16.
I can throw in destroy because we'll probably need to break a wall on our way out.
We're
to get
busting out
these
the
giant,
window.
Yeah, to get these
Yeah.
giant hummingbirds out.
Okay.
So that's,
And then
19.
18.
how high do we want to go?
We're gonna keep going. We're gonna go high.
Okay,
We've already hit.
because we have the
Heat.
power card. Can I add metal and then
So that makes us 21.
yeah, metal's only 2, but can it be like almost like a little shield around us in case something comes after us? And it is it's not like a metal, like it's not like a metal shield. It's like it's almost like a little sound wave, and if anything hits it, it's just like
Okay.
Which puts us at 21, and then with Chrissy, if Space Cake adds the power
Yeah.
card of 10, that puts us at 31.
And beyond sorcery.
Yeah, which is sorcery.
Yeah.
Yes.
So
Yep.
Fuck it, we're
Okay.
gods.
Cool.
I was gonna say,
Yeah.
I do have another power level if we're scared of him being able
yeah,
to
I
beat a
have another
31.
power level as well.
I
but
could
don't
make
know
it
if-
38.
Why not? Just do it. What's the worst that
All
can
of them?
happen?
Oh,
Okay.
Okay, so I will 38.
All right.
Just out of fear.
Okay. Fair enough. Fair enough.
He made a weird flesh thing his child.
Mhm,
Yeah.
mhm, mhm. That's true. He did do that.
We're the
Uh,
professional ones.
What is in your mouth?
Oh no.
Oh no.
Cheese,
More
hopefully.
Mom's
Hopefully
talking
more
to
cheese.
Lunchbox with
Yeah.
with
What
a
is in your
red
mouth?
gusher in it. Red gusher just going in.
Just every once in a while, you're just like,
Don't do it. All right.
I don't
so,
know where he got it.
Oh,
What
no.
is that?
What is that?
Just like a piece of a wrapping off something. I have no
Mhm.
idea.
lunchbox.
Sorry. I don't try to litter. I always try to keep it in my pockets.
All right. So you all grab what you can from inside and then explode into Lisa Frank hummingbirds that fly out through one of the destroyed windows and into
Wait,
the
sorry,
night
did
air.
we become Lisa Frank hummingbirds or are
No,
we
no,
carried
no.
away by Lisa Frank
I think you're
hummingbirds?
carried
I
away by them.
summoned Lisa Frank hummingbirds. We're being carried away by giant Lisa Frank hummingbirds.
Oh yeah.
Cool.
Rocketing
and-
through the night sky.
Yeah, absolutely. You absolutely overcame his spell, Kilbrad's spell. So you are free and in the wind with what you stole, which means that the heist is complete and we get to move into downtime. I think you are able to look down as you fly away on hummingbirds and you see Bastion's gang gathered in the back parking lot of the building of Kilbrad and Kilbrad Legal Associates, as squad cars, security has them surrounded, squad cars are rolling in. They have very confused expressions on their faces. I think you see Bastion look up and see you all flying away on hummingbirds and shakes
I
his fist
dropped
at you.
a single gusher on him.
A single red gusher.
Yeah, single red gusher. Not the red gusher. I gave that to Mom.
That's true. Moth has the yee gusher.
So it is 2:10. Does anybody have to jet? We could skip downtime if we want to, or if people think it's fun, we can do it. And if people,
I'm good to
wanna
go
stick
until
around for a little bit longer.
2:30. After
Okay.
2:30 is when
No, we can do it quick.
I have an issue. So if
Quick
we want to,
downtime.
we can do it
okay, cool.
quickly.
So for quick downtime, everybody draws a card from the community deck. This is the element of your community that you are going to help using the magic you've developed or stolen, or just rolling up your sleeves and getting involved. We'll figure out what problem the community has and then how you address it. Normally you put together spells to do this. We don't have to do it that way. We'll play it by ear. But first up for Raven, 10 of spades,
Okay.
which is the opera, the rave. So what problem do we think is facing the opera?
I feel like, maybe it's a little bit of a financial problem that they're dealing with. And I'm going to be doing some messing in some records to help clear away some of their debt.
Okay, all right. The MC, the mysterious phantom figure that runs the opera, is very, very grateful for your assistance in this matter.
Hot.
This is kind of fun because you have access to the full power of your grimoire, not just the 3 spell cards that you had during the heist.
Ooh.
So you can select the spells you need to respond to the program. If there's like fun spells in your grimoire that you didn't get to bust out during the heist, you can say that you used those for these.
Okay, cool.
We love to see it. Yes,
Cool.
Absolutely.
Awesome. Are there cards that you are using, spells that you are using for this that you didn't get to use in the heist?
I think so. I didn't get to use death at any point.
Okay.
And so I do think that is a little more almost like flavor of Raven just leaving a little bit of a calling card, just so people know it's him, but making sure it doesn't lead back to the opera. Gotta protect them. I think it's more some other accounts that Raven busts that out on.
Okay, cool. I dig that. Awesome. Yeah. All right.
Maybe
So you
some
help,
corporations who should get fucked.
you help out the opera maybe by using like shadow money essentially to buy the shipyard. So that
Bitcoin?
you invent Bitcoin.
Fuck. I'm a villain now. Oh god.
Oh no.
That's true.
This is what happens when you hang out.
power to you.
You hung out with Moth too long.
It's true.
Now this is what Moth's influence has done to you.
Speaking of Moth,
Oh yes, hello.
9 of hearts, which is the cuckoo. So what is the problem that the cuckoo is facing, and how do you help them get out of it?
I think the cuckoo is dealing with probably like a competitor of some kind, who is kind of.
I have a thought.
Yes, go on.
Maybe that's what the suit is doing after bailing on Pleasant Point is getting into the same business as the cuckoo.
That could, yeah. So the suit has been planning on getting in the same business. So I think what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna give the cuckoo the heads up about that. And I think I also want to use puncture and boundless, and I think I want to kind of like create essentially an information leak that's going to follow the suit around for at least, not forever, but at least enough time for the cuckoo to get like prepared so that they don't get blindsided by a new player. But something that just makes it a little bit more difficult for the suit to establish an immediate footing.
You find out, use your magic to dig up some secret that the suit has been like trying to conceal, and by kind of lording that over him or exposing it, even you impact his ability to get into business. I think that's very fun. Fun. Okay, cool. All right. 9 of spades is the blade run, and that has to go to Space Cake.
Yes.
Yeah.
I think maybe Barb was getting a little tired out from running it and considering shutting it down. And I use the potential date opportunity to hype her up a little bit and remind her of how valuable she is to our community and how important the Blade Run is to all of us. And ensure her that just means she gets to see me every week.
Business and pleasure.
Yeah. All
The
right.
only magic required is my high charisma skills.
Yeah, hell yeah.
Yes. Yes, good.
Fantastic. Yes. All right. You save the Blade Run lunchbox.
Yeah.
This is very appropriate. Lunchbox got Ace of Hearts, which is Sunshine and Greg.
Yeah. What's the problem with Sunshine and Greg? Trying to think of what I got. I think I think Greg maybe I think Greg got a really good job opportunity away from the city. But that doesn't help us. So I think sorry, Greg. I need to save Sunshine from leaving us.
Moth's,
And so
Moth's impact on this group has been for the worse.
And so I cast Stinky on Greg. I cast Stinky and I cast Shiny on him too. And so he's just like he just smells terrible for this job interview, and he's just like slick. He looks like he's just oily and like hasn't showered, and also he reeks of let's go with cheese. I one of like the things that I used to cast it is from the Lunchables, like the little square cheese cracker.
I was wondering if it was like the spray cheese. Like the
Cheese Whiz.
Yeah, Cheese Whiz.
Fuck yeah, Cheese Whiz.
Yeah.
I like cheese. I make a little concoction, a little witch's brew, Cheese Whiz. And yeah, he doesn't get the job, and they end up having to stay in the city, in Pleasant Point. And thank God, because we really need Sunshine on our in our fold of the community. I also give him some cheese as a treat.
Very cool.
Just the good stuff.
Yeah, absolutely. Awesome. Okay, cool. Yeah. So Sunshine probably would have asked you to do this. He did not want to move away. You are all his best friends, and
and the parks here are great.
Yeah, the parks here are great. So that is downtime. You have helped your community. Now, bad things are happening to your community. Real quick, you have one to save, one to discard. They save themselves, and one to burn between the opera, which we have decided is being saved, the pier, which is just exactly what it sounds like, and what was the last one? The bar, the catacombs.
I think the catacombs can probably take care of itself.
Yeah.
Okay. So we're discarding that one.
So we're sacrificing the pier.
The pier.
Yeah.
Okay.
I think the pier we decided was just kind of like a public place where we can just do business. So that's just like not.
So we're gonna make it. Everything's gonna have to go to ground more. So it sounds like.
Yeah, I think that is definitely true. Kilbride is definitely on the warpath for a while, and everything has to be a lot more quiet, which probably explains also why Barb was maybe thinking about getting out of the business, and maybe why the opera was having financial trouble. He's probably going after them through legal avenues, as well as financial avenues, as well as magical avenues. So he's just kind of waging war on all of you in retaliation, but you have rallied, and the only thing that gets sacrificed is just this one old pier, which is pretty great. Good mission, everybody.
Love a happy ending.
Love a happy ending.
Love a happy ending.
Hell yeah.
So when are we getting the gang back together?
Yes, right. This is what I'm saying.
Yeah.
I don't
We
know.
can discuss that offline. We
Yeah,
can figure out
that
schedules.
out. We could figure that out. But I think that is the end of the first Grimm's heist. And, the end of our miniseries. For now. So, yeah. I think that's going to go ahead and do it for this particular LFTA stream. We're bumping up against that 2:30, so let's go ahead and get into our introductions. JD, if you wouldn't mind kicking us off.
Yeah, I will try to be quick. I'm just doing it week by week at this point, so I will be back here on Monday for potentially the finale of that Kingdom Come, where we are officially in Endgame, and maybe I'll get to kill some people. On Thursday, I'll be back here for Never Ember's Enigma, and then next Saturday, I will be joined by Raph over here for a special episode of Redacted. That's what I have going on for the next week or so.
Oh boy. It's been a while.
It has been a while.
Hell yeah. Okay, cool. Speaking of, Raph, do you have anything else that you want to plug?
Yeah. Be back here, class reunion, 2 Saturdays, ?
Yeah, as far as I'm aware.
Right. This bat channel, what is it?
Same
there you
time.
go. Yeah, thank you. Same bad time, same bad channel. This one. Class reunion. And then next Saturday to kind of hold you over till then. We'll be back a little one-on-one redacted. We'll see what's up with Sophie and everyone else in going on there. And then stuff in the brew, stuff bubbling. But we'll I don't think I can talk about that yet. So
oh yeah. Julia?
Hey. So this has been a lot of fun. I've enjoyed playing Moth. We will see if I get to play Moth again. But usually every other Saturday I will be here playing Kelly Violet with Class Reunion. Every other Sunday an Academy H playing Lyra Kroll. Every other Thursday as with Never Ember's Enigma as Lavinia Hale. Remember, ACAB does include Lavinia Hale. And while Rangers Rampant is done for now, if you are interested in continuing to see me on the every other Wednesday spot, something is happening. So I will be back soon to be doing that. Other than that, you can find me on Hexwhat on the social media platforms. And that's about it. Everything currently I do here at LFTA. I live here, I die here. Have a good weekend.
And Chrissy.
Oh, hi. Hello. I'm Chrissy in Color on all the fun social spaces. I think tomorrow I have another fun Candela Obscura game with Pantsless Table. It's interesting. I play just a little fucking weirdo, as we love to see. And then April 5th, I will be over on Just the Humans channel doing a charity stream, Never Stop Blowing Up. It's dinosaurs, it's asteroids, it's just a good time for Trans Lifeline. I'm very excited about it. Get to play with incredibly good-looking people, as always. And I think that's all I can say for right now, but I actually do have some cool stuff cooking for spring and summer. So, go follow me on the spaces and keep up with the cool stuff I got cooking.
Yeah.
We all, I think, have a lot in the works right now because I also have a bunch of stuff that's coming up in the next couple of months, like the next 4 to 5 months. But a lot of it is not ready to be talked about. In the meantime, you can find me just scrolling through this week, Thursday, over at Entropy Emporium, running Girl by Moonlight game God Complex, which is about making the corpses of dead gods into mech suits and fighting space kaijus at the end of the universe. And that's pretty much it for the immediate future. A lot of cool stuff, but not ready to be talked about yet. Still cooking, still in the oven. You can find me on social media also at @WillemScream if you are so inclined. Yeah, that's it for me as well. So if you are interested in keeping up with us, you can follow us on The Social, And it's a mixed bag, but we're there, we're posting, it's good. And then also you can join the Discord community, which is a great place full of great people who'd love to have you be a part of it. Normally we raid Tales from the Table Studios doing their Star Wars game, but it's not happening today, I guess. I don't see them live anyway. So we're going to raid Happy Jack's RPG, whom we do occasionally. They're playing Spelljammer. So come along, say hi, be friendly, all that good stuff. But I think that is going to do it for us here at LFTA. Say good afternoon, everybody.
Good afternoon,
afternoon.
everybody.
Good afternoon, everybody.
Very polite of you. All right. Catch you next time.